Edmonton Sports Talk. My God, I love this.
My name's Jay Milne. #Blue.
Our sports update deliverer, the Koob.
I'm Zachary Kubusch, and you're up today.
You know what, Reid?
You might be honest.
All right, here's what's going on in the nest. Game day, Edmonton Oilers at the Vegas Golden Knights. The Oilers are up 1-0 in the series. I have not said that a lot over the course of my broadcasting career. It is going to be a 7:50 game. Once again, the 7:50 p.m. Mountain Time puck drop. I know the schedule says 7:30. They're going to drop the puck at about 7:50. We have extended pregame coverage, of course, here on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton Sports, presented by Play Alberta. Jay and I are with you until 6 o'clock. And then Tom Gazzola, Hernan Salas, Matt Cassian take over the stream at 6 with the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show. That'll go until 7:30. Tom Gazzola today, live on location at Hudson's Bourbon Street, West Edmonton Mall. You can go meet Tom in person.
Really?
Yes.
I might go down there.
You might, because we've never met him.
Never met the chap.
He's so mysterious. He's just in and out. He's camouflaged. Well, he is when he does that bow hunting show. I think they make him wear full camo. All right, just a reminder, if you see white smoke on television, you're watching something about the Pope. If you see white smoke out your window, like we did 2 days ago, that's a fire. Call the fire department and maybe evacuate.
Words of wisdom, Reid.
Yes, thank you.
Words of wisdom.
Yeah, all right. Exciting more. Boy, when you picked me up today, because I can't drive.
Yeah, I did.
I can't drive 55. I can't drive any speed. No. That'd be my song. I can't drive at all. It's like the most depressing rebellion. Like, I can't drive 55 is a song of rebellion. Mine's a song about aging. I can't drive at all. That'd be my rebuttal to Sammy Hagar. Yeah, I can't.
I'm just trying to think of how we could reframe the lyrics of that song.
Well, we'll have to rewrite
Maybe
it.
We'll have to put that one into
put that into the AI song generator.
I can't drive at all.
So
just sad Reid.
Yeah, just sad Reid.
Or maybe
I'm sitting behind my wheel of my car. I'm just sort of
park
gently
in front of your garage,
gently touching the wheel. Yeah. There's some eye surgeon on the sidewalk dangling my keys, giving me the no finger.
Winnie the Pooh giving you a back rub. It'll be okay, Reid.
Get out of my car, Pooh, you pervert. Put some pants on if you're going to do a back rub. God. So you picked me up today because you were at Elks camp, which we'll talk about at some point during the show.
Yeah.
Elks rookie camp. So you were kind enough to drive me to work today. And man, oh man, the Koob was all over that white smoke stuff.
The Pope.
Well, by the time it happened, I think the Pope was speaking.
Mm-hmm.
So we're off and running with a new Pope. This is all we're going to talk about the Pope. We're just acknowledging that we're aware of something in the real world.
I wonder what they use to make the black smoke as opposed to the white smoke.
Oh, yeah, there's some way to do it.
Right?
Well, obviously, there's some way to do it.
Would it be food coloring?
Yeah, I think they just burn books. they just burn books they don't like.
Hey, Reg, we need a couple more black books.
Yeah. I got To Kill a Mockingbird right here. Throw it on the fire. All right. Anyway, so we came in and that was going on, but pretty big news story. Matthew was watching that. We were interested in it, but of course, the big focus today is Game 2 between the Oilers and the Golden Knights. Oilers expected to go with the same lineup. Why wouldn't they? That Game 1, McDavid, Draisaitl, and Perry. Nugent Hopkins between Kane and Hyman. Henrique, Frederick, and Brown. Little bit of a teaser. Remember the name Trent Frederick. Not just for tonight, for something else coming up on this show. Probably in about 35 minutes. Have I said too much?
No.
I think I've said the appropriate
I
amount.
think you've said just enough.
And then Janmark with Podkolzin and Arvidsson. Defensively, Nurse, Bouchard, Wallman, Klingberg, Kulak, Emberson, and of course Pickard, the goaltender. For the Golden Knights, Dorofeyev is out. Pietrangelo will see a game time decision as he tries to recover from the illness that kept them out of action in Game 1. Yes, can the Oilers go up 2-0 in a best of 7? Extremely, extremely rare that they do that in the McDavid-Draisaitl era. They did do it in 2017 in the second round against the Anaheim Ducks. They won the first 2 games in Anaheim. They lost the series, but I wouldn't put too much of a connection from that to this. All right. We're always happy to hear from you, of course. You can email Reid at EdmontonSportsTalk.com, Jay at EdmontonSportsTalk.com. You can send in, I already have 3 limericks sent in. What's going on?
Dusty is in the nasty chat. He says, I think they use the same colored logs that Doc uses in Back to the Future 3.
I don't remember that part.
Was that to get the train going? Smoke, yeah.
Oh, he was using different smoke? Yeah. Well, that's possible. That's very possible. You can email Reid at EdmontonSportsTalk.com, Jay at EdmontonSportsTalk.com. As Dustin Nielsen just did, you can jump into the nasty chat on YouTube. If you are there as well, give us the thumbs up. Click that little thumbs up button, and we're off and running. We got over 300 thumbs yesterday, which was incredible.
Yeah.
Did we not end with 303? Nice,
yeah, it was over.
Nice palindromic figure.
Ooh, we got to finish on a palindrome.
We'd like to finish on a palindrome, but our minimum goal, really the minimum goal is now 155. So we get a double word of the day.
No.
But, well, it's 200 during the playoffs.
Yeah,
You're
let's
right.
go.
Yeah, I just like doing it in stages. It's like when you're training for a marathon, you don't start by, I'm going to go run 42K to train. No, you start like with 5 or by running around the block, and then you build up.
I just can't stop thinking and laughing to myself about the person responsible for the smoke coming out to announce.
Well, I'm sure it's all on
I know, but what if it came out?
papacy.org.
What if it came out and it was red? And everybody's in the crowd. Everybody in the crowd's like, what
does that mean?
What does this mean?
We got to recount. It's interesting this is happening because I mentioned, probably a month and a half ago now, I watched Conclave. Have you seen it yet?
I have not.
Which is about the election and the politicking and maneuvering behind the selection of a new pope. Pretty good movie overall. I think did not win best.
Is John Malkovich in that?
No, Fiennes.
Oh, okay.
Ray Fiennes is in it. John Lithgow.
Oh, that's the new one.
Is Tucci in it? Is Stanley Tucci in it? He might be. Anyway, it was good. It won one of the screenplay awards. I can't remember if it won Best Adapted or Best Original, I think. It's a pretty good movie. So 780-218-9999 is how you can text us. The afternoon inbox presented by River Cree Resort and Casino, home of Tap 25 Restaurant, where the entire menu is 50% off 7 days a week. That is from 2 to 5 p.m. 780-218-9999, River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. We will have a Hudson's Canada's Pub mystery athlete of the game today. We'll dive into the first clue for that in about 4 or 5 minutes. Why don't I do an early limerick? Because Jeff in YYZ generally sends in his limericks before noon, so he's eager. So now it's VR Montenegro's birthday today.
Yes.
I do not know how old he is. I assume it's 27. Happy birthday, VR. So Jeff in YYZ writes, Nasties celebrate VR's birthday. It's fitting tonight the Oilers do play. McDavid and co. put on a great show. The bookbinder's loud cheer. Hooray! Let's try to actually remember the book. Well, I had to get the bookbinder to get his voice. I don't know how often in his life the bookbinder would have said hooray. He doesn't seem like a hooray type of guy.
Probably not. He lives a sad existence.
Probably not. I don't think he lives a sad existence. I think he lives a dedicated and focused existence.
No, to him, it's completely normal. But to anybody outward looking in, it's a sad existence.
I think he finds it quite rewarding most of the time.
He does. He thinks he's living his best life. But little does he know what the entire world has to offer. Do you think he's discovered like Disney or Netflix?
Well, he does have a laptop because he watches. Watches our show on a laptop.
Yeah, I guess so.
I'm sure he has a smart TV. I think he's a fairly worldly man.
I don't know. Do you think he was watching the Pope announcement? Maybe he would, because he may have some books that need to be bound.
There are several interesting books written about the papacy, Jason Milne, 3 to 6 p.m. on Edmonton Sports Talk. And perhaps the new Pope will have some memories he would like me to assemble. Jasmine says Conclave best adapted screenplay out of 8 nominations. So it got 8 because there's only 5 nominations for an award. So she must mean Conclave. Conclave had 8 nominations.
I believe it is Conclave.
Conclave? Is that how you say it? Petter's Pancakes in the Nasty Chat. Oilers stabilize after opening 10 minutes, and they come out on top tonight and return to pure chaos on Saturday night. Well, I'll tell you what. I think win or lose tonight, it's going to be an enthusiastic crowd at Rogers Place on Saturday. They've done so. The opening song for the pump up video, or the song for the pump up video this year is "Welcome to the Jungle," and it starts off with the Axl Rose line. Welcome to the jungle, baby. Or, you know where you are?
Yeah.
You're in the jungle, baby. But they cut out, you're going to die, because that's not fitting with what's happening.
It's not necessarily fitting for the arena.
It's a really good pump-up video.
You should record it.
Welcome to the jungle?
Just that part, because it's not on the broadcast.
What do you mean?
That part that you speak of all the time. No, unless you're at the game, you wouldn't know that. Because they don't show that on the broadcast. They only show
I should record it on my phone or something.
Yes.
They show...
Fuel. Like they just...
Enter Sandman.
Or Enter Sandman.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I think one year they might have come out... I can't remember everything. Last year was the Andrew WK song.
Party
Hard.
Party Hard.
Like all the songs off that one album of his, I think, have Party in the title.
Yes.
And then 2 years ago, I think it was... the Nickelback one, Burn It to the Ground. And I think was not 3 years ago. What's that one called? Is it The Joker and the Thief?
Oh, yeah.
Is that the name of the song?
I don't know, but I know what you mean.
Yeah, I think, anyway, I didn't know that song as well. But they do a really good job. I love the Welcome to the Jungle stuff. And I don't get into that really until the playoffs. Then I want to see it. And of course, the crowd is incredible. But I think it'll be extremely loud and rowdy Saturday night.
Wolf Mother. Joker
is
and
the band.
Thief.
Is the band, right? Are they Canadian? I don't think so. You're going to look it up. Like, they're from Londonderry.
Australian.
They live in Londonderry Mall.
Australia.
I saw them buying subs the other day. So anyway, okay. Do you think it's rowdier if they win Saturday? I don't think so. I think it's rowdy either way. I guess maybe there's the sense.
I agree with that. I agree it is rowdier.
You think it will be?
Yes.
Because the crowd will smell blood? Like, we can end this.
Yes.
We can end this and get a week off for our team.
100%.
Yeah, maybe.
Now, my question is, can it get rowdier? Can it be louder?
Oh, yeah, it can.
Right? I don't know.
I think it can. The crowd was pretty good in round one.
If they come back to Edmonton up 2-0, they're going to blow the roof off Rogers Place on Saturday night.
Yeah.
Like that might be the loudest you've ever heard it, even though you've been there for the Stanley Cup
final, yeah, which is pretty cool.
But you were also there when they won and clinched the Western Conference against Dallas. You showed that video, right?
That was a memorable night, too.
That was memorable.
Yeah, that was really cool.
But it could be louder than that, if you could believe.
Well, yeah, I mean, the crowd is great. I mean, they're just always trying to top themselves and inspire the team.
It's Vegas. You know, the ideal situation would be to split in Vegas. That would be a victory on its own. Coming home, if they were to come home 2-0, that's a statement.
Yeah. Chance to do it tonight, and we are going to talk about that, the kind of rare situation that the Oilers are in here. Keep clicking that thumbs up on YouTube. So did we get to 140 minutes yesterday? Or was it the first hour? No, I think it was by the bottom of the hour.
Yeah, let's go.
So tell you what, just click. Don't wait. Don't click the...
Well, this off-topic topic's going to get you fired up, too.
We got to do the clue first.
Yeah, okay.
Saskatoon Muncher says that crowd in Vegas seemed very quiet the other night, and honestly, LA started off very strong, then tapered off. Yeah, I think that's fair.
Well,
I
Gene
think
talked about it yesterday,
the Oilers
too.
sucked the crowd out of that game.
Yeah.
And I mean, especially there are certain points where I think certain games where more Oilers fans might be in attendance, and Vegas would be one of those cities. Though the Oilers fans do travel well in the postseason, but you could definitely hear the Oilers fans when Hyman scored and then when Brown scored to put it away with that great effort. All right, mystery athlete of the game. You're trying to win a $25 gift card to Hudson's Canada's Pub. You're invited down tonight for the Oilers game. You can also join them Fridays and Saturdays after 9 p.m. for late night happy hour specials. Food starting at $4, drinks from $3.75. Book your reservation now at hudsonscanadaspub.com. I want to remind everybody, or for new people listening, this is a really fun mystery athlete we have going here, a little contest we do every Oilers weekday game day on this show. So I'm going to give a series of clues throughout the course of the show. So if you are new, you can only win if you give us the correct athlete by texting the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox 780-218-9999. Because I have noticed, especially in the playoffs when we've had larger audiences and probably bringing new people in, that someone gets excited and thinks they know it, and they type it in the Nasty Chat on YouTube. Now, we want you to participate in the Nasty Chat, except for this. You got to text it. Anything that's in the Nasty Chat, we ignore. And remember, if you get it right, you may be giving it to other people who will then text it. So make sure you text in 780-218-9999 your guesses for the Hudson's Canada's Pub Mystery Athlete of the Game to the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. Also, maximum 3 guesses per phone number, because we don't want you going off, just send in 200 athletes off the top of the show and I'll try to get it. The first clue is D. The first clue is D, as in the capital letter D. Jay has also posted that for everybody to know. Sound good?
Yep.
First clue is D. All right. Sometimes we meander on this program, and yesterday between 3 and 6 p.m. here on Edmonton Sports Talk, presented by Play Alberta, we somehow started talking about Winnie the Pooh, who we've already brought up today as well. And Jay and I were sitting in the bullpen today saying, well, we need an off-topic topic, and we were joking about how we were talking about Winnie the Pooh. And I said, if you think about a lot of those characters on Winnie the Pooh, they're all kind of annoying. I mean, Winnie, lovable, but let's face it, maybe not that bright with some of his schemes. And the no pants thing is just getting old.
That's just creepy.
Piglet's this needy little sidekick. Rabbit's this frantic, rabbit. You got Kanga and Roo, not nearly as cute as they think. Tigger, settle down, buddy. Okay, just settle down.
Yeah, put together a sentence.
And don't get me started on Eeyore. Okay? So, our off-topic topic for William Huff since 1950. What did you say? Finish the sentence? What are you talking about?
Tigger.
Oh, Tigger. That's a good point.
Speak.
Yeah. Our off-topic topic for William Huff. Since 1952, William Huff has provided industry-leading advertising solutions for thousands of valued clients. Their unparalleled customer service, combined with decades of industry expertise and a desire to make every job the very best can be, is what they call the William Huff Advantage. Visit their website at williamhuff.com or give them a shout at 780-454-4536. Our off-topic topic is the most annoying kids cartoon character.
Ooh,
the most annoying cartoon character from a show that is aimed at children. Okay, so we're not talking about, comic book characters like Spider-Man or Iron Man or Batman. We want to say your most annoying kids cartoon character.
There's only one answer.
Are you going to give it now?
I have
Is it from Winnie the Pooh?
No.
Okay.
If you have children, there's only one answer. It's clear. You've ripped your child away from watching this godforsaken show. Caillou.
I think people are putting that in the Nasty Chat already.
Caillou.
Is this the one that's spelled Ciallou? What is this?
He's the most annoying children's cartoon
Tom
character.
Everybody's saying this.
He's whiny, he's spoiled, and he's bald. He can't even grow hair, for goodness sake. He's a brat.
Maybe he's a child.
No, he's zero consequences in Caillou's household. So actually, Caillou is a direct byproduct of a lack of parenting.
So why do kids like it then?
I don't know. Maybe because they like seeing what they see from this whiny brat. He throws tantrums. Give me this. And then
so he's a kid.
Yeah.
A cartoon for kids.
Yes.
But he's not teaching kids how to be good kids.
No, he's teaching you the exact opposite of what you should do. That's why parents always are wondering, what the heck is this doing on Treehouse? Why are you subjecting my child to this poor, bratty, I could say a lot more words, trust me, behavior? He is deplorable. That show should be canceled. And he's bald.
Well, I think we already got a winner, but we'll see if anybody else has anybody else.
Yeah, Jen Cool, Max and Ruby's up there as well.
Yes.
Because Max, that little, you know what, he's a bad little Max.
Right.
He's always doing the bad things, and Ruby has to clean up his mess. Why don't you just hide Max in the closet for a few days? Just take him away. And Caillou,
This is great.
Caillou's parents should be put in jail. They are not doing anything good for the human race. Raising a spoiled, rotten, awful child like Caillou.
Is this a Canadian character or?
I don't know if it's Canadian, but like, yeah, it's bad. It's so bad. It makes my blood boil thinking about it. Because here's the thing, Reid. When your children are of that age, those cartoons aren't like half an hour or an hour. They're like 10 minutes, and then they go to the next one. And it's a mixture of Max and Ruby and Paw Patrol and Caillou and, Monster Machines. You don't know exactly what's on at all times. You just assume because it's a Treehouse network that it's going to be something your kid should watch.
Okay.
And then, bang! They slap a Caillou in your face and you want to punch a wall. That's what you could have done yesterday. Is that the off-topic topic is punch something in anger.
Punch something in anger.
Get me talking about Caillou.
Caillou. I didn't even know that's how you say it.
Yeah, he's a terrible human.
All right. Well, we're getting some other submissions.
But yeah, I do blame his parents.
And I should say to some people who are posting in the Nasty Chat, I'm not going to dive deep into this. I do realize there are serious grown-up world comparisons to the characters in A.A. Milne. I'm not trying to belittle that, but we are also having some fun with just cartoon characters without looking at other representations that there might be. Fair?
Yep.
Okay. So we'll see what else we get. Caster 1990, I find Roadrunner to be freaking annoying. I'm constantly cheering for Wile E. Coyote to feast on him.
The underdog story.
The underdog story. Yeah.
I do feel bad for Wile E. Coyote. He's always putting himself in awful situations. That Roadrunner makes him look stupid.
All right. So that is our off-topic topic. Who is your most annoying kids cartoon character and why? Post in the Nasty Chat. Text the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox 780-218-9999. Email reid@edmontonsportstalk.com. jay@edmontonsportstalk.com. Jay's play of the day for Play Alberta coming up in about 15 minutes. Really interesting one this afternoon. We're going to have the oil understood for GCL Diesel. We got clips from Knobloch, from Pickard, from Draisaitl, and from Bouchard as well as the Oilers try to go up 2-0 in the best of 7. Here comes the Koob with the sports update.
Game 2, Oilers Golden Knights goes down tonight from Vegas. Alex Pietrangelo is a game-time decision for the Knights, with Vegas ruling out Pavel Dorofeyev for his third straight game. Join Tom Gazzola at Hudson's Canada's Pub in West Edmonton Mall as he goes live alongside Hernan Salas to preview the action during the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show, which airs at 6 right here on EST. And Alex Ovechkin and the Caps meet the Hurricanes to try and tie their series at 1 apiece. Carolina taking that first contest 2-1 in overtime. And after losing to the Jets in round 1, Jordan Binnington and Braden Shen from the Blues are joining Team Canada in Sweden for this year's Hockey World Championships, which starts tomorrow. And just one game in basketball has Golden State hitting the court in Minnesota with the Timberwolves down 1-0 in the series. And from LA, Chris Bassett takes the mound for the Jays as they take on the Angels. Right now, the Tigers are rolling past the Rockies 10-1 midway through the 9th inning. This sports update is brought to you by Advantage Sports Medicine. Connor McDavid's got a team of specialists, and you're stuck with a bag of frozen peas. Get the same locker room approach that's trusted by the best in the game. Call them at 780-460-9977 or visit their website at advantagesportmed.com or .ca to book an appointment. Today, the Reid Wilkins Show returns on the other side of the break. I'm Zachary Kubusch, and you're up to date.
Two guys and a goalie.
Between the pipes, Aiden Hill's coming in with an 880. Pickard coming in, 4-0, has not lost yet. Is it a lean towards the Golden Knights between the pipes?
No, I don't think it's a lean. Check Mark Pickard.
You would? Hey, holy smokes.
Oh, he's won 4 in a row. He was hot down the stretch. He just beat a Vezina finalist.
Two guys and a goalie, presented by GS Construction. Tuesday and Thursday afternoons at noon, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Spin to win Fridays at the Banquet. Every Friday, spin the wheel for a chance to win big and save on your bill. It's that easy. Spin, win, and save. Don't miss out. Details at thebanquetbar.com. The Banquet. Get real. Play hard.
GCL Diesel has been serving oil country since 1972. From diesel cars to SUVs to pickups. From farm tractors to school buses to a big rig. From diesel generators to forklifts, GCL can test, troubleshoot, and repair all diesel fuel system components. Whether it's injectors, pumps, turbos, filters, or additive, GCL has the parts you need to keep your diesel running the way it should. For genuine diesel parts at wholesale prices, visit GCL Diesel in the West End or online at gcldiesel.com. GCL Diesel. Diesel understood.
Hey Edmonton, ready to take advantage of lower rates and better pricing? South Fort Chevrolet in Fort Saskatchewan has you covered. From rugged trucks to sleek SUVs. And with over 40 years in business, you can trust that you're getting the best deal on your new ride. As the proud title sponsor of the Nielsen Show, EST listeners can drive a little to save a lot with South Fort Chevrolet's transparent pricing and down-to-earth sales team. Visit us today in Fort Saskatchewan or online at southfortchev.com.
Time out, Edmonton. The new Play Alberta app has arrived, and it's here to make your gambling experiences more fun, exciting, and secure. Enjoy the convenience of hundreds of casino games, betting live on your favorite sports teams, and access to lotteries all in one place, anywhere in Alberta. Enter code YEG50 to receive a $50 free bet when you make a $5 minimum deposit. That's a $50 free bet for new and existing users using code YEG50. Remember, if you gamble, use your game sense.
Keep your team jersey and rally towel close by and help bring the championship home. For all your other treasures, store them with Sentinel Storage. Store Canadian. Try 4 weeks free at sentinelstorage.ca. Proud partner of the Edmonton Oilers.
All right, good to have you tuning in this afternoon. Oilers at Golden Knights, a 7:50 puck drop this evening. Our coverage will continue at 6 with the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show. Good audience tuning in this afternoon. Great to have you. If you are on YouTube, give us that thumbs up. We want to get to 100 in the next couple of minutes. We need 22 thumbs. So let's get a quick rally, hit 100 early, and then we'll keep building from there. Or send the link to the show to a buddy or to another sports fan that for some reason isn't tuning into Edmonton Sports Talk. Say, hey, check these guys out. Or if you can't go into YouTube right now, give them a thumbs up a little bit later and go to the iHeartRadio app, go to the TuneIn Radio app, go to EdmontonSportsTalk.com and jump on the audio stream. Got a limerick here coming in. I have a few limericks. I want to do this one from Gavin because he just sent it in. A limerick answer to the off-topic topic for William Huff. The most annoying kids' cartoon character.
Ooh.
Gavin says, you know who I can't handle? That snitch from Recess named Randall. A narc, what a dread. Worse, he's a redhead. I heard he chose Vegas to sweep. What a scandal. That's pretty good. Well, it will not be a Vegas sweep as the Oilers are up 1-0 in the best of 7. Unusual territory for them, Jay. Do you think... And people can let us know how they feel. Is this going to affect the Oilers' mindset that their backs are against the wall? They're not on their heels to start the series. They actually have the lead.
I'm sure you could do a case study about it when it's all said and done, about what it's like to play with a 1-0 lead in the series. But I mean, honestly, Reid, I think this is part of the maturation of the Edmonton Oilers. This is part of having an older team. a more composed team. And it will be interesting to see how they respond to that lead. Do they believe the hype and just rest in their laurels and forget about winning game 2, or do they put the hammer down? And I think they do. I think they put the gas down and realize the importance, the significance of the ability to have a 2-0 lead and stealing both games on the road.
Yeah, I mean, look, Vegas could very well win the game tonight. I doubt it would. If they do, it's going to be because the Oilers feel like they've done enough. Oh, we got our split. You know, I don't think that'll be the case, that the Oilers will be complacent or feel like we've already done our job. We just needed a split. We've won a road game. I don't think this team is of that mindset. Dustin asked me this. Sorry, Jay.
No, go ahead.
Dustin asked me this morning when I was on the Nielsen show, what is this unusual, for the Oilers to be comfortable? And I said, that's a good way to put it. Like, I don't think, and again, I don't think he meant comfortable in terms of leading a series and thinking that it's over. But, well, after one game, you're either up 1-0 or down 1-0. So they're in the best possible situation they can be after one. We're not used to this. I mean, last year they did win the first game in Dallas in double overtime, but then they lost the next 2. So that one quickly shifted. I guess the last time they sort of had some quote unquote comfort in a series, if you want to call it that. So last year, first round against LA, they won game 1, lost game 2, took game 3 in Los Angeles, and then took game 4. And we're coming home up 3-1. So I guess you could make that comparison, and they finished that one off. But we've also talked about once the game starts, players don't really, it's not like they go into the corner thinking, well, you know what, I'm up 1-0. I will check at 85% of my capability. Like they're fully engaged when they're out there. But it is interesting. We're talking about the Oilers having taken the initiative in this series as opposed to, what we were talking about 2 weeks ago. Like, oh my God, seriously? Like, are they going to show up?
Well, I mean, Vegas, the last time they dropped the first game of a series was the first round in 2023 versus Winnipeg. And they went on to win the Stanley Cup. So, they are capable. They have the pedigree, right, to bounce back from this game as well. And I don't think anybody's denying that. I don't think any Oilers fans are sitting here saying, oh, this Vegas team's cooked. No, I think they're very well aware of the potential that Las Vegas has. The problem is that I believe their confidence in their own squad, the Oilers, is greater at the pace and rate that they're playing at right now. Is that fair to say?
Well, here's the thing. Or do we have to ask the question? Because I had this as a concern during the LA series, especially when LA took the first 2 games and then Edmonton had to come from behind and all that kind of stuff. And I even said it while I was watching game 4, or I said I was thinking it during game 4. Maybe LA's best is better than the Oilers' best.
Yes, you did say that.
I think that's a concern.
And that was an apt concern at that time.
That's a fair concern. Well, and the Kings still feel that way because they've all in their postseason availability said we were the better team. Well, then you got to put the game away. If the Oilers are at or near their potential and Vegas is at or near their potential, who wins? Like if both teams are just humming, who wins? Like as Oilers fans, who do you think?
It's a great question. I think the Oilers do. I think they're stronger and deeper, and particularly 5-on-5, which we'll talk about a bit later.
Yes,
dominant in 5-on-5 situations. So I think 7 out of 10 the Oilers take that if they're both playing at the same level, so to speak.
Right.
7 or 8 out of 10.
Yeah, but I don't think like the Oilers. So they're in again best possible situation, up 1-0 after 1. I don't get any sense that they're satisfied. I think they would love to go up 2-0. They've been in the situation down 2-0. Well, in the last 2 series they played, though they played them on the road. I mean, they wound up being down 3-0 against the Panthers and 2-0 against the Kings. I think they're completely focused. I think they're completely small picture, so to speak, in terms of, okay, next thing we got to do is first shift to game 2, and then we go from there. But I do think we'll see. Well, here's the thing. Vegas has spent the last 2 days saying, how do we counteract that? How do we stop that? So you always assume from the team that lost the game, there might be a little more necessity for an adjustment or to step up and do things a little better. But I think the Oilers are ready for that.
Well, and a great point that was made here by Van Owen and Jack. If Edmonton is playing at their peak, that means 97 and 29 are also playing at their peak, which means they'd literally take over the series.
That's a good point.
It's a fair point.
Yeah.
Because if everybody's game's elevated, theirs is too, which is scary. And that's an interesting point. That wasn't the conversation after game one, was Leon and Connor. I mean, Leon scored that goal where he banked it in off Aiden Hill.
I mean, they did produce a couple of big goals.
Yeah, but it wasn't, the story more so was the whole team.
Right.
And their team defense in particular, stifling Vegas throughout the final 40 minutes.
I mean, that game one, they lost to the Los Angeles Kings. And
that was
the Oilers mounted an amazing comeback. Well, really, Connor McDavid mounted an amazing comeback.
Yes. He turned the switch on.
Yeah, I mean, you would expect Connor McDavid to get more points and to figure in on more goals than other players just because of their talent and that they will get a little bit more ice time. But I think you make a good point, Jay. That was a 20-man effort. I'll even throw the backup goalie in there and the guys who don't, and Ty Emberson, who doesn't play as much. That was a 20-man effort that beat the Vegas Golden Knights a couple of days ago.
And that's a very good subject to be talking about when it comes to the Oilers.
Yes. If
they're rolling in that respect, that's where you find the best of the Oilers, the best version of the Oilers.
Yeah. But it is an unusual situation. Big picture to be up 1-0 in a series.
Yeah, it's a head scratcher.
Given how bad they've been in opening games. So
that's a good question to ask the Nasties. And those listening, if you want to chime in on the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox at 780-218-9999, how comfortable are you? What's your level of comfort in this team right now? Are you nervous because they are up 1-0 and wondering, Vegas is going to mount? They're going to come back stronger, faster, harder. Or are the Oilers just rolling and that's soothing you?
It's soothing.
Yes.
It's the soothing feeling of a 1-0 series lead.
Yeah.
All right. Here's Calvin Pickard, tonight's goaltender, commenting on the Oilers' success in game one.
I think last game was breaking the puck out. Didn't spend much time in our own zone. Got the pucks up to the forwards quickly, and for that reason we had a lot of ozone time, and kind of grinded them down there, and they were just trying to get it out and then change, and then we just kind of transitioned back. So last two periods is definitely our game, and we want to get back to that right away.
Well, and that's something else we want to weave into today's conversation, is not just the committed defensive play, but how the Oilers have some elements to their lineup now that can limit the amount of time they spend playing defense, which is another thing we want to dive into. We're almost at 100 thumbs, even though I forgot to do this. I'm sure some people are waiting for it.
You know they are.
Click, click, click. Must you click? Please, please click. Must you click? You must click. Thumb, thumb, thumb.
All right, give us the thumbs up on YouTube. We're 3 away from 100. It's nice to be at 97, but really, that's McDavid's number. So let's quickly. Really, we got a chance to be at 200 by the top of the hour.
We have a chance,
quite frankly. So yeah, we want to be great. We want the Oilers to be great. We want the Nasties to be great. We want all of you to feel great. So click away. Don't delay. Do it early. Get it out of the way. And then you can focus on enjoying the show and enjoying Tom's show and Hernan at 6 o'clock.
There, we did it. We're over 100.
And then focusing on the face-off at 7:50 tonight. I can tell you this, Mr. Milne and I are in the Banquet studio. Craving a late-night snack? Check out the Banquet's new late-night happy hour menu, Sunday to Thursday, 9 p.m. until close. Enjoy favorites like sweet and spicy lettuce wraps or the Banquet burger at happy hour prices. The Banquet. Get real. Play hard. The Banquet studio. All right, it's 3:39. We got the Koob with the sports update. Jay's play of the day for Play Alberta is coming up. Here we go.
The Oilers look to go up 2-0 in their series against the Golden Knights. Alex Pietrangelo is a game-time decision for Vegas, and Pavel Dorofeyev has been rolled out for his third straight game. Join Tom Gazzola at Hudson's Bourbon Street in West Edmonton Mall as he goes live for the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show alongside Hernan Salas at 6, only on EST. And just one other game on tap, the Capitals hoping to bounce back in Game 2 against the Hurricanes. Puck drop for that one goes at 5. And Team Canada adds a couple new players to their roster. St. Louis's Braden Shen and Jordan Binnington join the squad for the World Championship starting tomorrow in Sweden. And on the court, the Warriors and Timberwolves tip off at 6:30 with Golden State leading the series 1-0. And after dropping their last 4 games, the Jays hope to make it back in the win column as they take on the Angels to close out their series. First pitch for that one goes just after 7:30. Also on tap, the Dodgers meet the D-backs and the Phillies challenge the Rays. This sports update is brought to you by Find Edmonton. Find takes your unused furniture and home goods to help those moving out of homelessness. Get donations picked up or drop them off free of charge. Visit findedmonton.com or call them at 780-988-1717. The Reid Wilkins Show returns after a brief intermission. I'm Zachary Kubusch, and you're in the loop.
Get your fix every single game with the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame and postgame shows with Tom Gazzola and Hernan Salas. Whether it's breaking down the starting lineup, predicting key matchups, or diving deep into the game's biggest moments, Tom and Hernan are here to give you the best insight and analysis in the city. After the final horn, get the breakdown of every key moment, performance, and player reactions. It's your one-stop shop for all things game day. Catch the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame and postgame shows with Tom Gazzola and Hernan Salas, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Gallo LLP is an Alberta-based accounting firm with expert chartered professional accountants in both our Edmonton and Sherwood Park accounting firms. Our experienced and innovative accountants provide financial advice that saves our clients money. Simply put, we help our clients protect their assets and grow their businesses. At Gallo LLP, they go beyond the numbers to ensure the continued success of your business. Reach out to Preet or John to discuss how they can help your business grow. Visit gallollp.ca today and see how they can help you take your business to the next level.
Do you have pets? Horses? Chickens? Did the place you used to get your feed recently close down? Have no fear. Clover Bar Feeds is here. Whether it's dogs, cats, horses, or chickens, Clover Bar Feeds has you covered. Offering a large variety of food and feed, you can trust the experts at Clover Bar Feeds. They've been family owned and operated for over 60 years. This means you can expect nothing less than top-notch service and selection. Come visit them at 200 Portage Close in Sherwood Park or visit them online at cloverbarfeeds.com.
Looking for quality building materials and friendly advice? Visit us at Windsor Plywood Leduc, family owned and locally run since 1993. From interior materials for doors, flooring, baseboards, and all the finishing touches to all you need for your outdoor projects like cedar lumber for decks and fences, plus all the plywood you'd need. Our full-time on-staff carpenter can help with anything odd-sized or custom, and from domestic hardwoods to exotic selections, we've got you covered. And if we don't have it, we'll track it down for you. Windsor Plywood Leduc. We're the experts you need to know.
I've got something under my skin, and the itch won't go away. It's my original
All right.
sin.
Jason Milne singing along to Whale in the Wolf. They got a show coming up, eh?
Yeah.
Great band.
And
Great
May.
friends of Edmonton Sports Talk.
Love those guys.
Love those guys very much. Reid and Jay here. Reid Wilkins Show with Jason Milne, Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton Sports. Zachary Kubusch, your sports update deliverer and technical producer, and our de facto practo. Ben, what's your last name again?
Thompson.
Thompson, no P. Thompson.
Ben Thompson.
Yeah.
Is I don't know what he's doing. He's our practical student.
Yeah, I don't know.
He's joining.
There's definitely we did definitely a bit of a separation between me and some of the younger employees here.
Probably for good reason.
Yeah. Like when I was that age, I was like, I wonder why that 51-year-old never talks to me at work. Now I understand.
Hey,
doing a great job.
Ben, do you know where the Limerick music button is?
Yep.
Go ahead and play it.
All right.
This one comes in from VR Montenegro, who today is going by Vintage Rabble Rouser Montenegro. Behold all the offense the depth has produced, which provides the Oilers a definite boost. Game 2 is a wild card. Little kids dangling left nard. Let's all roll up to Hudson's and get blue juice.
I didn't even hear the last line. A callback to last Friday's show at the Booster Juice Rec Center in Terwilliger. Can you read the whole thing again?
Yeah, give me the music.
And I'll try not to burst out laughing.
Behold all the offense the depth has produced, which provides the Oilers a definite boost. Game 2 is a wild card. Little kids dangling left nard. Let's all roll out to Hudson's and get blue juiced.
Oh, my goodness. So for those of you who missed Friday's show or need a recap.
You need some context to that statement.
What was the young man's name? Jet
Ketty.
10-ish years of age? Did we ever get the exact
no,
age?
he'd be 8 or 9.
So he was coaching a team.
Yeah.
It's a fun tournament. Hockey helps the homeless. Well, it's a great event.
The Ice House team.
Yeah, the Ice House team. So Jay asked him, what's your favorite chirp that you will direct at an opposing player? And he said, my left nut dangles better than you. So that is the left nard reference from VR Montenegro. My goodness, that is intense.
Jeez.
Well, it's good. The show's known for something, Jay.
Yeah, there you go.
Saskatoon Muncher says McDavid and Dry have been good, but nothing out of this world. I have a feeling tonight might be a hop on my back type of game from those guys. Yeah, fair point. Jim loves the mountains. It's nice. He's just describes himself in his handle. Jim loves the mountains. Says, I wonder if he actually accidentally put his bio where his name was supposed to go. Whenever I get comfortable with the Oilers, I get the Lucy pulling the football away from Charlie Brown treatment.
Very good.
Yeah, fair comment. We'll see. I mean, look, they're good. If they go all the way this year, they're going to lose games. They're going to have rough nights. Maybe tonight will be one of them. But I think that they're looking like a team that's going to be hard to beat 4 times in 6 games, which is what Vegas is going to have to do.
And Beaumont Dusty in the River Cree inbox, 780-218-9999. I'm slightly nervous, but I am also not nervous if they continue to play how they did last game. That was their best performance we've seen all year. If they can roll that into tonight, I'm feeling pretty good about their chances.
Yeah.
I think that's a fair way to look at it. It depends, if the Oilers can keep it rolling. And I know we're going to get some clips in a bit here, Reid, but from what I heard, that they're taking this game very seriously. I mean, of course, they take every game, but I think they know what's at stake and they know the opportunity.
All right. Keep clicking the thumbs up on YouTube. We just love getting this number and building the community and having fun with all of you tuning in. We're at 126 thumbs, which is really good for the first 45 minutes of the show, but we got to over 300 thumbs yesterday. So we want to get it going. So don't wait. If you think I'd like to give this show a thumbs up, just get in there and do it now on YouTube. Share the link with other people. Say, hey, go to this page and click the thumbs up and maybe tune into these guys for a while because they got the Oilers completely covered.
Click, click, click. Must you click? Please, please click. Must you click? You must click. Thumb, thumb, thumb.
All right, as we roll into a brand new segment that started, a week ago here on Edmonton Sports Talk, it is time for Jay's Play of the Day, presented by Play Alberta. Make your bets count for you and everyone else with the Play Alberta app with hundreds of player prop bets on the biggest leagues, NFL, CFL, NHL, NBA, MLB, you name it. You're not just playing for fun, you're supporting your province. Play Alberta revenue helps fund Alberta programs and services. Deposit today with the promo code YEG50 and get an EST exclusive $50 free bet to get started. Mr. Milne.
Well, as everybody knows, we talked about it earlier. They named the new Pope. The smoke was white. Pope. It was Cardinal Robert Prevost. He's an American. He's from Chicago. I believe he went to Villanova.
Did he play in the NCAA tournament?
I don't think he did.
Led his team to the Sweet 16 thrice. No, he didn't.
But there were, there's always these there's some bookmakers that are into stuff like this and make crazy, I guess more lifestyle odds. And apparently Robert Prevost was a long shot, like a major long shot to be named the Pope. Like I think I saw it on a show earlier on EST. Somebody said it was plus 4,900. I can't confirm that, but wow. Maddie said he wasn't in the top 10 kind of thing of names that were thrown out there. So
okay.
in honor of the Pope being named, coming in as a long shot, I'm going to throw something out to you today that's a bit of a long shot as far as the odds are concerned. But if you want to sprinkle a little bit on it, it's worth your buck. It's worth it. If you go to playalberta.ca, you go over to EST Specials, you will find that Jay's play of the day, and Reid alluded to this earlier, is a Trent Frederick goal.
Oh!
A Trent Frederick goal tonight. Now, this isn't just because it's a long shot, because it's plus 899. That's 9-1, almost 9-1 odds on Trent Frederick scoring a goal. Trent Frederick has been buzzing. He's been coming on. He hit the post last game. He missed a shot on that 2-on-1. I mean, Trent Frederick's been around the net. The bubble's going to burst soon, and I'm hoping it does tonight, so Jay's play of the day can go up 9 units. That would be huge. So that's the play of the day
that is
for
awesome.
playalberta.ca. And don't forget, if you are a new or existing player over at Play Alberta, deposit 20 or more for a $100 free bet on sports using the promo code 100sports. Or you can enter code YAG50 to receive a $50 free bet when you make a $5 minimum deposit. That's a $50 free bet for new and existing users using code YAG50. I talked about it before, but Reid, that is the difference with Play Alberta. They offer this to existing users as well. And here's one thing I'll say as well. I had this issue when I was getting my account going.
Mm-hmm.
I had one, hadn't used it in a while, and it wouldn't allow me in. I called the number that Play Alberta has there. I spoke to somebody within 1 minute.
Right.
The issue it wasn't an issue. They just reactivated my account.
Right.
The whole conversation lasted less than 2 minutes. So if you're having that issue, give them a call. You talk to somebody and they can get your account activated again. That's Jay's play of the day. Trent Frederick to score a goal. Reid, are you riding?
I put a little bit on there myself. As you know, I'm a pretty modest amount.
You don't have to bet a lot to make a lot on this one.
It's basically what, almost 10-1?
Well, it's 9-1.
9-1.
Essentially.
Why not?
Why not?
He got a goal game. Well, that would have been the series winner, right? Game winner in the series clinching game. Turned out to be the series winner against the LA Kings, as you mentioned. And he's got a good shot.
Yeah.
I mean, we know he's had some decent goal scoring seasons in the past. And the goal he got in round one was, driving the net and scoring from close range. But I think he might be able to pop a couple from sort of that mid range as well. I mean, the one went off Hill's arm and off the post. And then the one we had that we featured yesterday when he broke his own stick over his head after he kind of didn't get the shot he wanted on that partial breakaway after White Cloud fell down. So he's been good. I like that one, Jay.
Yeah. And like Big Uke says in the nasty chat, we don't unit shame here. Sprinkle as much or as little as you like.
And quite frankly, it's a low risk, big reward.
Yeah.
If it cashes in.
There's a few of these, you're going to sprinkle here and there.
Yeah.
Have fun with it.
All right. Good stuff, buddy.
And it would be beneficial to the Edmonton Oilers if Trent Frederick scored a goal.
Yeah.
So it's a win-win.
Well, the forwards have been getting their chances because the Oilers can get back there and transition the puck. Leon Draisaitl had this to say about getting the puck up the ice.
Again, I think it's five guys, sticking to their details and doing the right thing in those moments. Our D did a great job moving the puck. Our forwards were back, tight support, and we broke the puck out really well, which led to obviously not a lot of time in our own end. And obviously, that's a goal again tonight.
All right. And we'll dive into that a little bit more about how the Oilers have been really good, what Klingberg has meant in terms of the transition game and not really giving first the Kings and now the Golden Knights the chance to get a busy forecheck going. We are a dozen thumbs away from double word of the day territory already, which is 155. So then we would know that we're doing a double word of the day right before the end of the show. Again, that is getting to 100 and... I mean, we'd like to get to 255 and beyond, but there's no reason we can't hit 155 here in the next couple of minutes and keep pushing higher and higher. Jay, just to update the people as well, because at times, if it's appropriate, we will get into our lives away from work.
Yeah.
Or stuff might be going on, or some of us might have to miss work to have surgery, things like that. What did you wind up doing last night?
Well, we went over right after work. Koob and I went over, and everybody knows, or if you don't know, I come from a furniture background. I used to own Yvonne's Furniture before I came over here and started in my broadcasting career. So I still have the Koob van. So Trev was poking around saying he had to move. And I offered to him. I said, look, I've moved tons of furniture. Let me help you. I've got the van. No problem. I'll give you a night. And because we've talked about this on our show, that was an off-topic topic about moving etiquette and moving etiquette. And Trev did pretty good. So I'm going to grade out everybody here. Koob was also there.
That's great.
Koob was great, I will say. But I'm going to start with Trev's best buddy, Ferg. Ferg had a truck. He had a pickup truck. Ferg was there early, helping Trev get everything from the basement suite out onto the driveway.
Oh, amazing.
So Ferg gets an A+. His attitude was great.
Yeah.
He was on time. He was efficient. He didn't talk too much. And he just wanted to get the job done. Ferg, A+.
Good stuff from Ferg.
I believe it's Ferg's girlfriend, right? Is that Ferg's girlfriend, Koob? Tony?
I believe they're married, actually.
Okay, so Ferg's partner, Tony, she was there. She was the one that kept everybody in check. But she was also bringing things up as we were putting them on the Koob van.
Okay.
I think she lifted as many boxes as Ferg, I'm going to say.
Okay.
She gets an A+ as well.
So
Tony and Ferg were fantastic.
Fully invested. Fully best friend mode.
Yeah.
Where we care about you. We're going to help you. We're not going to complain.
Really good friends.
Yeah.
Yeah. Trev's lucky to have them in his life.
That's good.
Koob.
Maybe they can buy him a bathtub.
Maybe they can. Or maybe they can buy him beer. Koob was fantastic. Koob came over. He gave his night. Right there, you're above a B+. Because you gave up your night to help Trev. Koob, I was surprised. Koob was actually dedicated to the job. He didn't meander. I was worried about Koob's meandering abilities. He didn't. He stayed focused on the task at hand. The only thing that's going to take away from your mark is that you had a hard time walking backwards with the furniture in hand. I thought, given Koob's dad's furniture moving experience, I thought Koob would have had a little bit more of that. So I'm going to elevate Koob to an A-. Okay?
Pretty good grade.
That's pretty good. Trev. Our dear Trev.
Is this the entire crew now covered?
This is it.
Minus yourself?
I'm not marking myself.
By the way, did you say you had a Koob van or a Koob van?
Well, some people were referring it to it last night as a Koob van.
Right.
Because I documented it all on my Twitter account, which you can follow at Jason Milne. Trev. So Trev did a good job. He had everything ready to go. There was no loose items. There was no, I got to grab this out of the fridge. He had everything ready. He had already started the moving process the day before.
Right. Well, and he and Ferg already moved stuff out of the basement, so that saved you and Koob some
That's
stairs.
Right. And so he did everything. Trev would have gotten an A+. He would have gotten an A+. Would have. I'm taking a full point off of Trev and giving him a B+.
Okay.
At the end of the night, the move in and the move out of his old place and into his new place went as good as you could expect. However, what is one of the rules, Reid, when you're asking people to come over and help you move? What is it?
There should be some sort of food and or beverage compensation depending on the time of the day and the difficulty of the move.
Yes, you nailed it. No beer offered, no Gatorade or water, and no food. Even a bag of chips would have probably done because we were moving and grooving.
Yeah.
We were on a fast pace, maybe a record pace. But I do know that Trev, he's not, he's a younger guy. Okay. So it's my duty as his friend to tell him.
But he's not childlike.
He's not.
So this isn't the first move.
But I think last time he moved, it was with his dad. And that's a different situation.
Okay, right.
So it's my duty as his friend to instruct him on maybe next time when you call me, I'll help you move next time. Yes, I will. A refreshment. You don't have to go over the top. A refreshment, a snack. And I'm talking like a bag of munchies. That would have done the trick, right, Koob? I mean, we would have been happy with that.
That's all we needed.
That's all we needed.
Did you come with water? Let me ask you that.
didn't.
Did you come? See, that's a...
And it was hot last night.
It. Yeah, it was definitely warm, and we were moving and grooving. Everyone was getting a good sweat on. You expect there to be at least one liquid for everybody. Like one bottle of something. Yeah.
I will say this, though. In all honesty. Not having the food and pizza there at the end meant I could roll out of there like a bat out of hell. I did not have to wait, which is a good thing.
Right.
It's also fine. So although it's a little bit of a negative, and experienced people that have moved their friends will understand. I'm not saying this out of, oh, Trev, you jackass, you should have done. I'm not saying that. I'm saying,
how dare you?
I'm saying it as a friend. Next time, have a case of water in the new place, maybe a bag of ketchup chips, something just to
just put it in a bowl.
Yeah, just to keep them going. But other than that, like it was a very smooth move. I mean, we were there at 6:30. I was home by 8:45. We moved somebody out and in across the city. Like literally across the city, diagonally.
Yeah.
So I all in all, it went very well.
Do you remember that time we helped Patrick Stewart move?
Make it so, number one.
Hey, Patrick, is this couch going?
Make it so, number one.
Okay, this box?
Make it so, number one.
Yeah, it's Reid. He's Jay. Anyway, keep clicking the thumbs up on YouTube. What a first hour. Over 155. Let's quickly climb to 200, and then we're just rolling in gravy.
Well, and we got some clips coming up. Game day clips
coming up. Game day clips. I got to give clue number 2 in the Hudson's Canada's Pub Mystery Athlete of the Game. Remember, to win, you must text the correct guess, maximum 3 guesses per phone number, to the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox, 780-218-9999. The second clue is United. The first clue was D, as in a capital D. The second clue is United. Hudson's Canada's Pub Mystery Athlete of the Game. Going to hear a little bit from Chris Knobloch, from Draisaitl, a little bit from Kubusch as well. It's the Reid Wilkins Show with Jason Milne.
The Lock Shop. Now listen, I don't want to take the shine off what the Oilers are doing because it is quite incredible and I have to give everybody credit. But I mean, they're going to some lengths to pull this off that frankly are really on the edge. I mean, is it legal to have Connor McDavid and Connor Brown switch jerseys mid-game and have McDavid go out there wear number 28 in the third period? Is that allowed?
The Lock Shop, weekday mornings at 11, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Your home for great performances is the River Cree Resort and Casino.
My mother used to let us not lock the doors. She's like, if you're locking the doors inside of the house, it means you're doing something you shouldn't be doing. Yeah, that's why we lock the doors.
Host of the Bad Friends and Whiskey Ginger podcast, don't miss Andrew Santino, Freeze Peach, live at the River Cree May 22nd.
Michael, what are you doing? We have locks on the outside of the house to keep criminals from coming inside. There's no criminals inside of this house. Yes, there are, Karen.
Get your tickets at rivercreeresort.com. Excitement, bet on it.
You've heard the name, but what does it mean? For over 66 years, William Huff Advertising has supplied signage from screen printing to digital to LED with design, production, and install in-house. It's a one-stop shop for all your signage needs. Edmonton owned and operated, William Huff has been trusted by the biggest companies and teams in the City of Champions and many others across the country to do the job. If you're looking for a way to get the word out about your company or event, they are the answer. Go to www.williamhuff.com. Their results speak for themselves.
Play more tables and games.
Play more tables and games. Make the most of your bad game. Oh, you want to, you need to, you know just what you gotta do. It's time to add some fun to your life. Make the most of your bad game. Play more tables and games.
PlayMoreGames.ca.
The Oilers battle the Golden Knights looking to take a 2-0 series lead back home to Edmonton. Pavel Dorofeyev is out for the third straight game for Vegas, and Alex Pietrangelo is a game-time decision for the Knights. Catch the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show with Tom Gazzola live from West Edmonton Mall at Hudson's Canada's Pub on Bourbon Street for pre- and post-game coverage starting at 6. Tune in right here on EST. And from Washington, the Caps and Hurricanes clash for Game 2 at 6:30, having the Canes taking Game 1 in overtime. And after being knocked out of the first round by the Jets, Jordan Binnington and Brayden Schenn from the Blues have been named to Team Canada at the Hockey World Championships which starts tomorrow. Basketball has just one game. The Timberwolves and Warriors go at it in Game 2. Minnesota trailing 1-0 in the series. For the Jays, they meet the Angels in their series closer. Toronto dropping the first 2 contests against LA as Chris Bassett takes the mound tonight for the Jays. I'm Zachary Kubusch. That was your sports update. The second hour of the Reid Wilkins Show starts right now.
Must you click? Click. Thumb. Must you click? Thumb, thumb, thumb. Click, click.
Oh, the world famous Thumb Click remix as produced by Zachary Kubusch to remind you to click the thumbs up on YouTube. Really good, guys. 175 thumbs already. Let's get to 200, say, by the end of this segment. So in the next 10 to 15 minutes. And then we just keep your thumbs rolling from there. We're like a bag of thumbs rolling down a hill. We got a bunch of thumbs going down a water slide. That's what we're like. Wee, look at us. Click, click, click. All right. Hey, hope you're having a great day. Game day tonight. Edmonton Oilers at the Vegas Golden Knights. So the schedule says 7:30. It's going to start at 7:50 Mountain Time. So, kind of a late one, but not like these 8:20 faceoffs. By the way, did the game in Winnipeg... Now, you were moving last night, so you didn't get to see a ton of hockey. I had some responsibilities last night as well, so I didn't see as much as I would have liked. I got to see most of the third period of Winnipeg-Dallas, but did that game not start at 8:45 Central or something like that?
You were saying it was late.
It was, we got Jets fans in the nasty chat. They'll tell us what time it started because I didn't, I missed the Rantanen hat trick. I think I saw the Jets make it 3-2 and then the end of the game after that. But I think it started, somebody will post it. Matt Hyman, help us out. Where are you when we need you? That is late.
And just for the record, there's quite a few people chiming in about Trev's going to hear about this. That's not what I want.
No, I think it's a smear campaign.
No, and Trev made it clear, and Koob can attest to this. He says, I'm going to take you guys out for lunch one day. And I said, okay. So the offer was laid out. I'm just saying for next time, something to think about. So take it easy on young YouTube Trev.
Yeah, we all have fun with each other here.
Yeah. We like to bust each other's.
He's a good guy.
What's. Yeah.
Yeah, I was talking about his bathing habits this morning.
Well, that was a shame.
I feel like I need to expand on that now. Trev likes to bath.
And his old place that we moved him out of had an exquisite, renovated, full bathtub, like jacuzzi style. It was beautiful.
Okay.
It was probably nicer than my bathroom. The new place he moved into,
too bad.
Leaves a little to be desired.
Well, yeah, Dustin Nielsen asked me when was the last time I bathed, and I'm like, I don't know, when I was preschool, maybe.
Yeah, I'm not a bath guy.
I'm not a bather. Get me a shower and get me on with my day. 8:50 Central Time last night for the start. That's from Matt Hyman. Charlie Dufault, who's a Jets fan, says it was a late game, but I watched it in Sherwood Park. Did we know Charlie lived in Sherwood Park?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I did. I did, yeah.
I probably knew that and forgot. I'm sorry, everybody.
Whenever I referenced Sherwood Park's hidden gems, he's usually one to chime in.
He's like, I've already found them, Jay.
Yeah.
Not that hidden.
He knows.
All right. Got a limerick here. Who should I do? We did VRs, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Bronco Nix. I'll do Bronco Nix.
Sure.
Bronco Nix says, we have a new pope from Chicago. Better than that guy from Mar-a-Lago. Oilers will soar. 4-1 is the score. Up 2-0 back north in the Winnebago. I think he wanted me to pronounce it that way.
I think you had to.
Unless he wanted me to say Chicago and Mar-a-Lago, but I didn't. Pretty good. Pretty good stuff. Bronco Nick has become a very consistent and high-performing limerick writer. Bob in the nasty chat. Yes, Bob, thank you. That is correct. I know how they space the games out. That is true, why they start at 50 or 20 sometimes. All right, what are we doing here? Clips. I gave the second clue. D and United are the two clues so far in the Hudson's Canada's Pub Mystery Athlete of the Game. Nobody's got it?
Nope.
Okay. And Tom Gazzola, who's going to join us a little bit later on this show, is at Hudson's on Bourbon Street tonight for our coverage. Pre-game show from there, post-game show from there. Bunch of nasty show up. Sometimes other EST people show up. I think Dusty and Eric were at the last one. Hernan tries to go, but then he's got to come back here, but he tries to drop by. Was Jasmine there last time?
I think so, but I think she left before the game.
Before the game started,
from what I heard.
All right, so you may meet other people as well, but Tom's going to be there, which is pretty cool. Tom's the type of friend you write songs about.
One day.
One day.
We could write a clean version.
We could write a song we could actually play on air about Tom. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
That's not entirely inappropriate for public. Okay. It is time for the Oil Understood for GCL Diesel, providers of the best diesel engine components around. From turbochargers to injectors, fuel pumps to sensors, they are the critical engine component experts. Proud to serve Edmonton and Northern Alberta for over 50 years, and now a partner of Edmonton Sports Talk and the Reid Wilkins Show. GCL Diesel. Diesel. Understood. Okay, so Oilers expected to roll with the same lineup that won Game 1 against the Vegas Golden Knights. For Vegas, we can tell you that Pavel Dorofeyev will once again not play. Alex Pietrangelo, who missed Game 1 with an illness, is a game-time decision. I will have to ask Thomas Drance about all the other sick Golden Knights who are apparently going to be able to play, but that's another story. So, look, the Oilers coming off a great game. I mean, I would say they've played 2 games in these playoffs that have overall been quite thorough. Game 5 against the LA Kings, and despite falling behind 2-0, the large majority of Game 1 against the Vegas Golden Knights. How were they able to do it? Well, I think a lot of things factor in. I think once the Oilers really got to it in Game 1, they didn't give up a lot of chances to Vegas. I think preventing goals is not just the job of the goaltender. It's not just the job of the defenseman. It's the job of all 5 players on the ice. And I think the Oilers have been good at having everybody participate when called upon defensively. Leon Draisaitl commented on the forwards helping defensively.
Yeah, it's just the way that we want to play, obviously, forwards. Tracking back, it gives our D the freedom to surf lines and be aggressive. So it's a 5-man system that's being played all over the ice. So just making sure that our little details are dialed in.
So they use the word details, of course, which I think most teams will use, but the Oilers often talk about playing connected. What does that mean to you when they say we're playing connected? I'm curious. I don't think we've ever talked about this.
You know what it means to me? Is there's a drill that you could do in basketball. Okay, I'm just going to take this in. When you're playing team defense and you're all moving, you're all holding on to a rope. And when one person moves that way, you have to sag and move with them to cover off the backside. And one person pinches forward, then the whole team moves. That's what I feel like when they're connected, is that when one person's doing something, the other teammate or the other forward or the defense are moving and positioning themselves to take care of anything that can harm them.
Right.
They're moving as one. Right? That's what connected means to me. What does it mean to you?
That's a good way to describe it. Probably better than what I was going to say. But to me, it means that no player is ever isolated.
Sure.
And doesn't have an out or doesn't have support.
Or a purpose.
Or a purpose. That's a good way to put it. I mean, they talk a lot about offensively, like there should be puck support, right? Like, okay, if a guy is in trouble, there's another offensive player nearby to collect a loose puck or to take a short pass. And I think then I like how you put that's a good way to visualize it. If they're all holding a rope and one guy has to go there, does everybody kind of shift in that direction? But I look at it as, nobody's ever isolated. Nobody's ever left out on an island. And it's like, great, I got to cover 2 or 3 guys all by myself. I mean, the simple term for it, when it comes to the forwards, is back checking, right?
Hustle.
I mean, over the years, the term backtracking has become more popular, but really, it's getting back and identifying the threat. And I think, and then covering that guy. And I think maybe that's what happened a little bit on Vegas' second goal, is that Corey Perry was back, but maybe he didn't find the trailer till it was too late. Like maybe he got a little too pulled down low before Stone got the puck. But, it's that ability to find the threat, right? Like hustle back, find the threat. Everybody's connected. And I think there's also a lot of trust involved, Okay, if there's a 2-on-2, I mean, you see this all the time, not just with the Oilers. It's pretty common in hockey. There's a 2-on-2, and you have the puck for the other team, and I'm chasing you, and you're a little bit out of reach. But maybe if I sped up, I could catch up to you and maybe give you a hook or lift your stick. But I leave you because I look back. Okay, that's covered. 2-on-2. I got to turn around and recognize the danger is the guy who might be joining the play. And I think that's all part of being connected defensively.
I think that's a great point because when you're connected, you're staying in your lane. You're doing your job. You're not trying to overreach and try and say, oh, that person needs help. No, trust that person's going to do their job. They trust that you're going to do your job. That is also a great way to define what he means by connected. Right? And I think that's a great point. Is not overreaching and overstepping. Stay in your lane.
Yeah.
Just do what you're supposed to do. If everybody's doing what they're supposed to do, well, that's a great team playing great defense.
Well, and you've probably noticed, and by you, I don't mean you, Jay. I mean the listening audience. When the Oilers are on the penalty kill or defending a lead late in the game when the other team has pulled its goalie, there might be times where your instinct is like, why don't they go get him? Like, oh, Kempe's standing there, or Stone's standing there. Why doesn't somebody go get him? But what the Oilers are doing is they're trying to limit his options. Okay, and we talked about this, how I thought the Kings were gambling with their PK by charging at McDavid sometimes.
Yes.
Well, if he steps around you, all of a sudden he's got 4 options instead of 1 or 2. So I realize it's nerve-wracking for fans of the Oilers to watch them try to defend a lead late, and maybe sometimes you wish they might just be aggressive and go hit them. But really what they're doing is, okay, everybody's doing their assignment, so we're going to leave him one option. Maybe we're going to leave him one obvious option and one difficult option. If he can beat us with the difficult option, okay, good on him. He's made a great offensive play. If he chooses the easy option, then we all move with the rope, like you say, and take that. Like we see on the PK, how they basically try to force the puck to go down low, right? And then they adapt from there. And I think a lot of times with goaltending, I think Dwayne Rollison was on Sportsnet this afternoon doing an interview, and I've talked to Rolling in the past about 2006, and he said our defending was so predictable that when a shot was coming, I knew when and where the guy could shoot. He was a new Oiler that year. Don't forget, he came with a deadline, but he said he talked to the defense, and they talked about, okay, when are you going to block it? How are you going to block it? And Roley said there were so many times where it's like, I knew we'd forced a shot from a certain area of the ice. I knew Jason Smith or whoever was going to go down to block it. I knew all I had to do was catch the puck. Like, I knew it was a high shot. I'd have to block it away or catch it or take it on the chest. Like, I knew we were leaving them no other options. And I think that's what the Oilers are trying to do defensively now. Force a shot, often from a bad angle, right?
Well, statistically,
and tie everybody up and leave Pickard a chance to see it and make the save.
They're calculating the danger. The higher danger chances, they're eliminating. They're leaving the less dangerous chance. It's calculated, right? And that all goes, everything that you've been saying and we've been talking about here goes into that definition of connect.
Yes. All right, the Oil understood for GCL Diesel. We'll get to more from Draisaitl, some comments from head coach Chris Knobloch, a little bit from Evan Bouchard, and Calvin Pickard, as well, as the Oilers try to go up 2-0 in a best-of-7 series. It is very, very rare that they have done that in the McDavid-Draisaitl era. Of course, Edmonton Sports Talk is presented by Play Alberta. Why limit your choices when you can have it all? Play Alberta is your go-to app for casino games, sports betting, and lottery, all in one place with easy access to real money games. You can enjoy everything Alberta has to offer right at your fingertips. Download Play Alberta now and start playing today. Here comes the Koob.
Game 2, Oilers Golden Knights goes down from Vegas. Alex Pietrangelo is a game-time decision for the Knights, with Vegas ruling out Pavel Dorofeyev for the third straight game. Join Tom Gazzola at Hudson's Canada's Pub in West Ed as he goes live alongside Hernan Salas to preview the action during the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show, which airs at 6 right here on EST. Alex Ovechkin and the Caps meet the Hurricanes to try and tie their series at 1 apiece. Carolina taking Game 1 by a score of 2-1 in overtime. And after losing to the Jets in round 1, Jordan Binnington and Braden Shen from the Blues are joining Team Canada in Sweden for this year's Hockey World Championships, which starts tomorrow. Just one game in basketball. Golden State hits the court in Minnesota with the Timberwolves down 1-0 in the series, while from LA, Chris Bassett takes them out for the Jays tonight as they take on the Angels. Right now, it's a second game of a doubleheader for the Rockies and Tigers, having that one runless in the first inning. This sports update is brought to you by Paramount Flooring, proudly serving Edmonton and area for over 30 years. Their West End showroom is open 7 days a week. You can also shop online at ParamountFlooring.ca. More on the Reid Wilkins Show once we get back from break. I'm Zachary Kubusch, and you're on The Loop.
Got some gently used furniture or home goods that need a new home? Find Edmonton is here to help. Every month we furnish over 100 homes to those transitioning out of homelessness, and we need your gently used furniture and home goods. Drop off at 5120 122nd Street or call for free local pickup. Just visit findedmonton.com to learn how your donations can help create a home for someone in need. Plus, shop our thrift store, in-store or online, with proceeds benefit those moving out of homelessness through housing supports. Visit us at findedmonton.com. Find Edmonton, supporting our community one home at a time.
Craving a late night snack? Hit the Banquet for our new late night happy hour. Sunday to Thursday, 9 p.m. till close. Try favorites like sweet and spicy lettuce wraps or our Banquet burger and fries, all at happy hour prices. The Banquet. Get real. Play hard.
Your home for great performances is the River Cree Resort and Casino.
My mother used to let us not lock the doors. She's like, if you're locking the doors inside of the house, it means you're doing something you shouldn't be doing. Yeah. That's why we lock the doors.
Host of the Bad Friends and Whiskey Ginger podcast, don't miss Andrew Santino, Freeze Peach, live at the River Cree May 22nd.
Michael, what are you doing? We have locks on the outside of the house to keep criminals from coming inside. There's no criminals inside of this house. Yes, there are, Karen.
Get your tickets at rivercreeresort.com. Excitement, bet on it.
Since 1952, William Huff has been the heartbeat of Edmonton's advertising world. From humble beginnings to a citywide powerhouse, we've been the go-to for signage from print to design and installation. Partnering with Edmonton's top sports franchises and major events, we've helped shape the city's global reputation. Our secret? Unmatched customer service, decades of experience, and a passion for excellence we call the William Huff Advantage. Visit us online at williamhuff.com.
Keep your team jersey and rally towel close by and help bring the championship home. For all your other treasures, store them with Sentinel Storage. Store Canadian. Try 4 weeks free at sentinelstorage.ca. Proud partner of the Edmonton Oilers.
Okay, hope you're having a great day. Oilers Golden Knights Game 2 tonight, and then in Vegas, and then back in Edmonton Saturday and Monday nights for Games 3 and 4. So tonight's game, well, the schedule says 7:30. It's actually going to start at 7:50. 7 o'clock is the listed game time for Saturday, 7:30 for Monday. But if there's more exact start times, we will get you those as we find out about them. Really appreciate you tuning in this afternoon. We've been, it's so cool working here at Edmonton Sports Talk. I saw somebody posting in the nasty chat earlier, Reid Wilkins, when did this happen? Well, this show's been going since September. The station's been going since the previous September of 2023. And we're still building, a lot of fun. And like I said, we're doing our part. You know, we're bringing in new partners. We're building our audience, and word of mouth helps as well. So let people know about Edmonton Sports Talk, how people can find us, iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, EdmontonSportsTalk.com, on YouTube if you want the video feed as well, so you can see two middle-aged men.
In all their glory.
Who else can you see? Former NHL goaltender, Joaquin Gage, the Latino Heat, Hernan Salas, Tom Gazzola you want to see.
Spicy.
YouTube numbers go way up.
Oh, yeah.
But click the thumbs up on YouTube. We're 10 away from 200.
Let's go.
Let's get to that in the next couple of minutes, at least by the halfway point of the show. That would be incredible. 780-218-9999 is how you text us. River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. River Cree Resort and Casino, home of the kitchen restaurant. All you can eat surf and turf for just $59.99 every Friday. That is from 4 to 10 p.m. So, Oilers ready to take on the Vegas Golden Knights. We were talking about some of the all-around defensive play. Pretty good by the Oilers in Game 1. So, another good old cliche is the best defense is a good offense. And you got to defend when the other team has the puck, but it's also nice when you have defensemen who can just get back and get the puck and move it up the ice. Here's Leon.
Again, I think it's 5 guys, sticking to their details and doing the right thing in those moments. Our D did a great job moving the puck. Our forwards were back, tight support, and we broke the puck out really well, which led to obviously not a lot of time in our own end. And obviously, that's a goal again tonight.
And one guy who has been really good at getting the puck up the ice is John Klingberg. Absolute transformation in these playoffs. Leon Draisaitl on Klingberg's puck moving ability.
Yeah, it's elite. I mean, we knew that coming in, that, after a little bit of time to adjust, his puck movement, his hockey IQ understanding of where to find the open guy is as good as it comes in the league. And obviously he's been amazing for us.
I mean, here's the thing for me. Three guys who either really didn't play for the Oilers in the regular season or didn't look great when they played, are now full on contributing in the playoffs. Evander Kane, I'm going to say this again. Since Game 3 against LA, maybe Edmonton's best all-round forward. I'm talking about in every zone of the ice and in all the skills needed for hockey. I know he doesn't have the most points, but, big goal. He's been a presence. Sharp pass to Hyman for the game winner the other night against the Golden Knights. I think he's been very good along the boards. I think he's been very good inside his own blue line, winning battles to get that puck out the last few feet or make a good pass. Trent Frederick, what was his ice time? 7 minutes in the regular season, something like that?
Yeah, 7:06, I think.
So maybe his first game of the postseason, not that great. Since then, absolutely doing his job. Got a big goal. He's around the net. He's checking well. He's Jay's play of the day for Play Alberta. You can look at EST specials on playalberta.ca. He's your pick to score a goal tonight, which is incredible. And then Klingberg, who, quite frankly, I was not even viewing him as a possibility in the postseason.
Well,
or maybe
we should go back and look at the day that the Oilers signed John Klingberg. Because at that point, it was looked at as an upgrade on your depth at the defensive position.
Yes.
Now, insert John Klingberg into regular season games before he got injured. Not so impressive, right? Now, this is where you really have to give the appreciation of playoff versions of players.
Yes.
Who have been there before, who have done that. Klingberg's done that. He is, he's throwing the puck around like, like we've never seen during the regular season, obviously. But that's just a difference with a proven veteran playoff player. I mean, Evander Kane is doing a really good job. Remember, we were just talking about stay in your lane, do your job, do your role. He is perfecting that right now, right? He's not trying to do too much and make the play that maybe, some other players should be making.
Right.
He's doing his job. And you add that up with these players, and that's what you get. And it has been a very pleasant surprise, I will say. And I mean, Oilers fans should be over the moon with the contributions they're getting from Klingberg.
Well, and then that puck moving allows the Oilers to play fast. Because there's a difference between skating fast and playing fast. And Chris Knobloch was commenting today on the team playing fast.
Our team doesn't get enough credit about being fast, and it's not necessarily having burners, guys who can really up and down the ice. It's just more of a team mentality of whether it's on the defensive side or the offensive side. You know, I think we were playing very fast with our breakouts, neutral zone transition. You know, collectively, you know, I thought we were transitioning very quickly. Defensively, you know, that speed, and the fastest speed element you can have is thinking and knowing where the play is going to be and being in the right position to close time and space. And, you know, one guy can't do that. It's more of a team mentality. The 5 guys that are on the ice, how well they check. And, you know, I thought we played fairly fast last game with especially how we checked. We were moving collectively together, taking away time and space. And when we're playing our best, that's how we're playing, is just collectively we're checking very well.
All right, so I think he didn't use the word, but that's connected, trust, teamwork, all that type of stuff, and then the ability to move the puck up the ice quickly. So now with Klingberg looking maybe almost as good as he did in his peak years with Dallas. I'm not going to say quite that good because he was absolutely exceptional, but looking pretty good. And now with Walman, I think looking like the player that it was hoped the Oilers were getting from San Jose. Because quite frankly, I didn't think Walman started the playoffs well. He wasn't the only Oiler, but the first 2 games after the Kings, I was thinking, I don't know if he's going to be able to handle this. He's looked better. Kulak's had a good all-around season. I know there's a lot of sometimes worry about the Nurse and Bouchard defense pairing. I get it. But I still think you're getting more positive than negative from that pairing, and a much better all-around game from Bouchard, I think. I mean, was there a turnover by Bouchard in the last game? Were the last few games against the Kings that made people crazy? I don't know. Nothing that hugely burned them that I can think of.
Well, last game he was on the ice for 3 goals. He was not on the ice for any of the goals against. He played over 2 minutes on the penalty kill.
So he still is being used on the PK.
So that's a third of the penalty kill he was on for. Okay. I mean, obviously he led all players in over 26 minutes time on ice. But here's something interesting. And that's the thing is you got to take the good with the bad with Bouchard. But right now we're obviously seeing a bit more of the better. He's 67 points in 60 playoff games. Bouchard trails only Bobby Orr and Brian Leach in the same amount of games, playoff games.
So he has more points after 60 playoff games than Paul Coffey did.
Yes. Incredible.
That is pretty good.
That's 2 players that are, I would say, pretty good.
Yeah.
That he's in the same sentence with. So that's the thing with Bouchard. Is you really got to look at the offensive side. And when he's limiting, and here's the thing, this is like full circle, Reid. What Leon Draisaitl said earlier on that clip about being connected. When that team's connected, it really limits the opportunity for Bouchard to be left alone and exposed.
Right.
Right? That's how you say it. You don't leave somebody alone and allow them to get exposed. That's what's happening. That's what you see is limiting those possibilities and allowing him to then express himself offensively, which is pretty good.
In some ways, Bouchard looks like a different player than he did in the regular season.
Well, it happened last year.
And it happened last year as well. You know, he was out late in games. You made a great point. He's being used on the penalty kill. And we're not seeing massive mistakes, and clearly we know what he can do with the puck. Bouchard commented on ramping it up in the postseason.
I guess we realized it's playoff time. There's no time to really screw around, and you lose, you go home to a point. We're all kind of just buying in. We know what we have in this room. We know it doesn't come up. Doesn't come too often that you get a championship team. So you got to take advantage of it.
All right, the Oilers trying to do that. I think he meant championship caliber team. I think that was kind of understood there. Here is Chris Knobloch on Bouchard playing his best in the postseason.
You want the guys bringing their best games when it matters the most. It's, guys who score games 5-1, whether you're up or down and get on the score sheet, that's not really that important to get that 5-2 goal or 6-1, whatever it is. And you want the guys who like this time of the season. And obviously, McDavid, Draisaitl have done this numerous times, played even remarkably even better than they have in the regular season. And then there's other guys too who have been able to do that. And Bouchard, as you mentioned, one of them, and we've talked in the last couple of weeks of Janmark and Brown, among others. But yeah, Bouchard, especially right now where we've needed him to elevate his game at home being away. We've relied on him for a lot more minutes, 5-on-5. Also been using him on the penalty kill. And yeah, you need that.
Okay, so let me ask you and the audience this question, Jay. And maybe I'll leave Emerson out of this to some extent. And when I do this, I'm not trying to disparage Emerson, but I think we've seen how he's been deployed by the coaches, that he's a little more PK and spell somebody else off type of guy, okay? Now when you look at the other 5 defensemen and how they are all playing, is there a defensive pairing that you would feel nervous being on the ice against the other team's best players? Like, would you just feel like, oh, they got the Knights or whoever they wind up playing has the matchup?
Well, the obvious answer is Nurse and Bouchard. That would give the most concern.
Mm-hmm.
But if this team is playing the way they are, directionally moving in the same direction, supporting their defense, the forwards that is, then I really think that's a fair statement. Is who is the weak spot? Right. Who is the team you send out against the first line, or the defensive pairing you send out against the first line? Right. I mean, Darnell Nurse right now, I think, other than poor Jeff Skinner there, he's leading the team in plus minus right now. But Darnell Nurse is -1. Right. So I don't know. I guess that would be the answer.
So
but
Nurse is the only minus player other than Jeff Skinner.
That's right.
And he's -1. It's not like he's -8 or something like that.
That's right.
I mean, I would have said, and I said this the other day, for some reason, Wallman Bouchard has made me a little nervous when they've been together. But again, Wallman has elevated. I mean, doing a great job in puck battles. I mean, yeah, he's not perfect, but...
Well, speaking of plus minus, he's leading every player in the playoffs.
He's leading in plus minus. And I know plus minus isn't the be all and end all, but still, if you're not on the ice for goals being scored, and you are when they are being scored, maybe you're even a small part of that, which is good. So, yeah, it's been a really positive 5 games for Edmonton. And I just think that the way they are playing, both from a technical, tactical perspective, and then also from a mental perspective in terms of their demeanor, they're going to be pretty hard to beat. I am not saying unbeatable, but pretty hard to beat, and certainly pretty hard to completely take control of a game from. You know, like we were saying yesterday, Vegas needed that third goal to go up 3-0. They didn't get it. The Oilers got the third goal and never looked back. So I think not unbeatable, but hard to beat, and probably hard to really stomp in a game. Like if whether it's Vegas or whoever is able to beat the Edmonton Oilers in a game or in a series, it's going to be a tall task. I think that's how good I'm feeling about this team right now.
Well, and that says a lot for you to even make that statement and bring that up, because it's you know, Oilers fans haven't been privy to that all year. You know, that's been the biggest question mark for this team since training camp has been their defense. And it seems like with the addition of Klingberg playing the way he is,
right,
that changes so much. So much. I mean, the passes he was making out of the zone and getting it up the ice, that alone is quite valuable, to get it into the playmakers' hands fast, efficiently, and let them move with it.
Yeah. All right. Carolina, Washington, when do they start? 5 o'clock?
Yes, sir.
So we'll have that on the ESTV. Oilers game official puck drop time is 7:50. So we're with you until 6. Then at 6 o'clock, Tom Gazzola live from Hudson's on Bourbon Street. Hernan Salas, Matt Cassian, also part of that 90-minute pregame show. Then they're going to be on after the game as well for the postgame show to break down whatever happens this evening. GCL Diesel, Oil Stream pregame show and postgame shows. Yeah, so Tom live at Hudson's on Bourbon Street starting at 6 o'clock. He's going to join us a little bit later on as well. Keep flicking away at that thumbs up button on YouTube if you're on the stream there. We have jumped over 200. Let's just see how high we can go. We got to 300 yesterday. let's just go for it. Keep clicking away, but do not be a pleasure delayer. If you're in there and you haven't clicked, get in there and do it right away.
Click, click, click. Must you click? Please, please click. Must you click? You must click. Thumb, thumb, thumb.
Well, after the break, we have the afternoon debate coming up, which is presented by the Edmonton Garrison. Matt from the Garrison has written in a limerick.
Oh, my goodness.
Let's hear this one. Play my music. At the Garrison course where we play, tanks line the fairway each day. With a swing and a cheer, you might hit some old gear. Just hope it don't ricochet.
Pretty good.
Very well.
Oh, we get some good ones coming in. Let's do the third clue in the Hudson's Canada's Pub Mystery Athlete of the Game. You're trying to win a $25 gift card to Hudson's Canada's Pub. You must text in your guesses to 780-218-9999. That is the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. The third clue is hurricanes. So the clues have been D, United, and hurricanes. Now the third clue. Jay's keeping an eye on it. We'll see if we get a winner. If not, we'll have a fourth clue probably in the next 20 to 40 minutes. Here comes the Koob with the sports update.
From Vegas, Calvin Pickard starts for the Oilers against the Golden Knights in Game 2. Edmonton leading the series 1-0 with Alex Pietrangelo game time decision for the Golden Knights. Tommy Gazzola and Hernan Salas gets you set for the action as they go live for the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show. Live on location at Hudson's Bourbon Street starting at 6 right here on EST. And just one other game on tap sees the Capitals hoping to bounce back in Game 2 against the Hurricanes. Puck drop for that one goes at 5 o'clock. And Team Canada adds a couple new players to their roster. St. Louis's Braden Shen and Jordan Binnington join the squad for the World Championship starting tomorrow in Sweden. And on the court, the Warriors and Timberwolves tip off at 6:30. Golden State leading 1-0 in the series. And for the Jays, they close out their series with the Angels with first pitch at 7:30. Chris Bassett takes the mound for Toronto. 4 games wrapped up, 1 game underway right now. The Tigers and Rockies are runless in the second inning on the back end of their doubleheader. Detroit winning 10-2. earlier. This sports update is brought to you by Windsor Plywood Leduc, locally owned and operated, serving Leduc and surrounding areas since '93. They have doors, flooring, baseboards, and of course, plywood. Go see the knowledgeable staff today at Windsor Plywood Leduc. It's the afternoon debate when we get back here on the Reid Wilkins Show. I'm Zachary Kubusch, and you're up to date.
Get your fix every single game with the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame and postgame shows with Tom Gazzola and Hernan Salas. Whether it's breaking down the starting lineup, predicting key matchups, or diving deep into the game's biggest moments, Tom and Hernan are here to give you the best insight and analysis in the city. After the final horn, get the breakdown of every key moment, performance, and player reactions. It's your one-stop shop for all things game day. Catch the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame and postgame shows with Tom Gazzola and Hernan Salas, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Time out, Edmonton. The new Play Alberta app has arrived, and it's here to make your gambling experiences more fun, exciting, and secure. Enjoy the convenience of hundreds of casino games, betting live on your favorite sports teams, and access to lotteries all in one place, anywhere in Alberta. Enter code YEG50 to receive a $50 free bet when you make a $5 minimum deposit. That's a $50 free bet for new and existing users using code YEG50. Remember, if you gamble, use your game sense.
You've always known GCL Diesel as the experts in diesel fuel systems, but did you know that GCL is also your source for turbochargers and turbo repair? As a turbo supplier for Garrett, Borg Warner, and Wholesat, GCL can provide genuine original equipment turbos at wholesale prices. Whether it's diesel, gas, natural gas, or performance, we can provide you with the turbo or custom repair you require. Turbo questions? We've got turbo answers. Visit us in the West End or online at GCLDiesel.com. GCL Diesel, turbochargers, understood.
Keep your team jersey and rally towel close by and help bring the championship home. For all your other treasures, store them with Sentinel Storage. Store Canadian. Try 4 weeks free at sentinelstorage.ca. Proud partner of the Edmonton Oilers.
Okay, no winner. No winner. Hudson's Canada's Pub Mystery Athlete of the Game. You have to text your guesses to 780-218-9999. The clues are D, United, and Hurricanes. So if no one gets that, we'll give another clue around 5 o'clock. You can text us at 780-218-9999. Afternoon inbox for River Cree Resort and Casino, home of the Kitchen Restaurant. All you can eat prime rib buffet for just $49.99 every Sunday. That is from 4 to 10 p.m.
This came in the River Cree inbox, Reid, and I want to bring it up to your attention. JCD 780 says, how many times have we played with the same lineup multiple games in a row? I feel like it's only these last 5 or 6 games in terms of the Oilers.
Well, I'd have to go back and look at that, but yeah. Well, especially late in the season, never.
And even there was tinkering in the first series, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that alone, saying that for this team and Knobloch, who, let's face it, is not afraid to shuffle things up.
Right.
That's a telling tale.
They're healthy and they're winning. So there's no reason to change anything.
True enough.
All right. Let's dive into, you want to do this now?
Yeah.
Let's dive into the afternoon debate. This is presented by the Edmonton Garrison Memorial Golf and Curling Club. Fall in, golfers. Edmonton Garrison Memorial Golf Club, open to the public, and memberships are still available. Join the ranks today and experience top-tier golf with a proud military tradition. For more info, visit egmgolf.com. That is egmgolf.com. So the goaltending matchup tonight is Aiden Hill versus Calvin Pickard, as we expected. Now, quickly, and I want to talk more about this later on as well, but last night I was asked to go on a Vegas sports radio show. I'd never been on it before. I don't know.
Big dog.
Yeah, I am the big dog. I don't know why these gentlemen picked me out of the book to go in it, but I was happy to do it. And the one thing they said to me, was that the Oilers overcome having obviously inferior goaltending. And they said other stuff too that I might get into a little bit later on. So the afternoon debate, though, I guess Hill versus Pickard. Is this obviously inferior goaltending if you just look at what's been happening lately?
Well, I mean, you've said it, that Aiden Hill is clearly better than Darcy Kemper.
I think so, yes.
And that's the general consensus, I believe, whether it be on the broadcast or whether it be in what you hear here, is that, yes, the goaltending advantage would go to Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
But I just don't know. Looking at what the playoffs, let's look at the playoffs. I don't know that you can certainly say that. I mean, Calvin Pickard has won, 5 in a row.
Yep.
He's got a better save percentage than Aiden Hill.
Right.
He's got a better GA.
Right.
Than Aiden Hill.
Right.
And even if you want to look at the advanced stats, I know not everybody, wants to look at those or thinks of them or however you feel.
Yeah.
Even if you go to that, Aiden Hill has the 3rd worst goals saved above expected in the playoffs.
Really?
Yes. At negative 3.6.
Okay.
Calvin Pickard's at negative 0.8.
Okay.
Save percentage on unblocked shots. Calvin Pickard's save percentage on unblocked shots, 954. Aiden Hill's 950. GA, better than expected. Calvin Pickard's at negative 0.15. Hill is at negative 0.52. The best in the playoffs thus far is Logan Thompson at 1.29. So even if you want to go on the flip side into the advanced analytics, Calvin Pickard is playing better in the playoffs than Aiden Hill by the numbers.
Right.
Now
the goal save thing, yeah, people will challenge that, whatever.
Well, and goals against better than expected, that has a lot more to do with the defense in front of you.
Right.
But that still doesn't change the thought that if you're saying who is the better goaltender right now,
right,
I don't know how you can say Aiden Hill is by far and away the better goaltender than Calvin Pickard.
That's a good way to look at it because I've been praising Adin Hill over the last couple of days. I think he's a really good goalie. I think he was exceptional when he came in against the Oilers 2 years ago and led them to the Stanley Cup. Like I said, he was picked for Team Canada, all that kind of stuff. I was thinking during the second period of game one, is Adin Hill going to steal this game? Because he was making a lot of good saves and the Golden Knights were still, playing and checking very hard, obviously. But that's interesting how you look at it. But maybe that just all factors into, when we talk about the goaltending, and like we were talking about earlier, how much of good goaltending is predictable defensive play in front of you?
Well, look at it the flip side. How much is of bad goaltending, or what is declared as bad goaltending, is poor defensive play?
Yeah.
Right? It stands out a little bit more when you look at it inversely, as opposed to good goaltending.
Right.
Because the mistakes are more glaring when you have poor defensive play in front of the netminder. Correct?
Yes.
So that's what I'm saying. It's not just, okay, you put these two one-on-one in front of the world's best shooters. Pickard's a better goalie. I'm not saying that. But the team is playing much better in front of... I mean, here's a great point. If the team played better team defense in games 1 and 2 in LA, is Stu Skinner still the starting goaltender for the Oilers?
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe?
Yeah, maybe.
Because those goals were not a 100% on him.
Right.
I mean, no goals are. But you get the general direction I'm going here.
Yes. Yeah, Pickard's a great story. I do think I think Hill is absolutely a better goaltender than Kemper. Like I think there's plenty of evidence for that. I think Kemper was a product of how LA defended. I think he's a good goalie. I think Hill is more capable of stealing a game than Kemper. I think Hill is probably more capable of stealing a game than Pickard. But if the Oilers play the way they have been playing, they're not asking their goaltender to steal a game. They're asking their goaltender to come up with important saves like Pickard did on the Fogle breakaway and the Deneau 2-on-1 in Game 6 against the Los Angeles Kings. And then other than that, don't give up a momentum swinging, goal. Like keep the game under control and then allow the other players to go to work.
I agree.
Yeah.
I just want to know what else those that came up in your interview last night in Vegas.
Well, it was interesting. Again, I don't know these guys. There was a gentleman who had a show in Vegas named Brian Blessing, and I used to go on his show, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 times a year. And I just always enjoyed going on with Brian, and unfortunately, he passed away a few years ago. So I haven't been on Vegas radio. And then I got a text yesterday from a number I didn't recognize saying, hey, I'm this guy. Can you come on the show to talk about Oilers and Golden Knights? And I said, sure, why not? I mean, I rarely say no to interviews unless they're during this show. So they really... I got this. Now, it wasn't a long interview, and it's in Vegas, so it was sort of a... They really bring in lines and over-unders and stuff like that, almost every single question. Like, yeah, Reid, there's no reason to, this over-under. And so I... talked about 6-on-5 and empty netters and how they drive up make it more likely that it's going to be over depending on the line. But I really got the sense that there was this belief that the Edmonton Oilers are this high-flying power play specialist team that can't play defense and can't play 5-on-5, which quite frankly is completely antiquated if you look at how the Oilers have been playing lately. I mean, they didn't win the special teams battle against Vegas. Overall, they didn't win the special teams battle against LA, though it shifted more in the Oilers' favor as the series went on. But I kind of thought, yes, there have been some high-scoring games involving the Oilers. Well, there have been some high-scoring games involving some other teams, too. I mean, there have been games that have 5-4, 6-4, 5-3. Or there's even been games that maybe weren't high-scoring where a team couldn't protect a lead, like the St. Louis Blues late against Winnipeg. I mean, goals are being scored. So I just kind of thought, oh, okay. I honestly, Jay, I guess the Oilers, and A lot of us hope it happens this year. I think the Oilers are actually going to have to win a Stanley Cup for people to say, oh, they're actually competent at keeping the puck out of their own net. I mean, maybe they're not going to turn into the 95 New Jersey Devils or whoever, but like they're actually a team that can check and, like we've been talking about, can play connective and can backtrack and take away chances and have forwards who work hard defensively as well. And they can just wear you down 5-on-5, because that's really why the Oilers have been winning, is that why they've won 5 in a row is that they are wearing you down 5-on-5 when they get going. They ultimately did it to LA, and yes, they scored power play goals and they scored 6-on-5 goals, and Leon's overtime winner was on the power play, but that power play was a result of them wearing the Kings down 5-on-5. Now we'll see what happens tonight, but really they throttled Vegas. Like they throttled them 5-on-5 the other night. Yet I get the feeling there's still this perception. It's like, well, they can't really check and they can't score. We're not on the power play. That's completely not true.
Well, no, I mean, they're worst in the playoffs right now with just under 61% on the PK. Right?
Right. Anyway, it was interesting going on with those guys. He was watching Florida-Toronto, and he said he had the under, and they kept scores in the third period where the teams get scoring. So the host wasn't happy about that. Okay, we don't have a winner?
No.
All right, we better do clue number 4 then, because we're heading into the last hour of the show after the 5 o'clock break, right? By the way, if you're on YouTube, keep clicking away at the thumbs up. We are about 30 away from 200 and... Oh, hang on, I muted myself. From 200 and... There we go.
There it is.
There it is. There's Sammy. I can't drive 55.
Yeah, do you think people... Because there's a few comments coming in that's a very cool thing to do, as Dave says, of all the cool things you guys get to do, I think being interviewed by media in the other team's city is the coolest. Where did you say this was? What if people want to go track it down?
I don't remember what it was. It was like VSIN or something like that. It was some Vegas show. I didn't really...
It wasn't VST?
I just quickly checked to make sure it's more or less legitimate. I really don't say no to interview requests. I don't know where it was. Who was it? I think Scott Seidenberg was the host. So you could probably find him on X. I don't know where they're... I'm sorry, guys. I just went on and did it. And I was like, okay, we're doing it. I don't know why they asked me during
VSIN Live.
Yes, that's it. During the commercial, I asked the person I was on with, I said, hey, I haven't been on in Vegas with a while. Did you guys work with Brian Blessing before he passed away? And they didn't know who that was. Because I thought maybe they were like, oh, this Reid guy used to go on with Brian. So I don't know who it was. I'm sorry.
Well, it says he's a sports betting host.
Yes.
At VSIN Live and at Pregame Now.
Yeah. So anyway, that was the guy. I don't know
once took a punch from Charlie Sheen, Scott Seidenberg.
Does it say that?
It says that on his Twitter bio.
A legitimate punch or in the
I don't know how you post
of
that.
acting?
I don't know.
He could have been a stuntman or something.
Maybe we should have him on. Ask him about this Charlie
Sheen story. Yeah, maybe. All right, the fourth clue in the Hudson's Canada's Pub mystery athlete of the game is fast. Okay? Fourth clue is fast. So the clues have been D, United, Hurricanes, and fast. I wasn't sure this one would take this long.
Yeah, I will just say that nobody's around it.
Really?
Really.
Okay. D, United, Hurricanes, and fast. I think if we get to the fifth one, somebody's going to get it quickly.
I think.
But maybe somebody will get it now. You're trying to win a $25 gift card to Hudson's Canada's Pub. Okay, Tom Gazzola is coming up. Keep clicking that thumbs up on YouTube. Game is at 7:50 tonight, 7:50 Mountain Time. Game 2 between the Oilers and the Golden Knights. Here's the 5 o'clock break.
The EST Hangout.
You can't discount Vegas. Like, if this whole thing was reversed and it was the exact same thing on the other side, we'd be like, well, the others didn't play a good game. And, like, they'll be back. And we have to acknowledge the fact that Vegas didn't play a good game. They were not very good. And you're going to get their best at some point. I really liked the Oilers game.
The EST Hangout, presented by Sentinel Storage. Weekday mornings 9 to 11, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Spin to win Fridays at the Banquet. Every Friday, spin the wheel for a chance to win big and save on your bill. It's that easy. Spin, win, and save. Don't miss out. Details at thebanquetbar.com. The Banquet. Get real. Play hard.
Timeout, Edmonton. The new Play Alberta app has arrived, and it's here to make your gambling experiences more fun, exciting, and secure. Enjoy the convenience of hundreds of casino games, betting live on your favorite sports teams, and access to lotteries all in one place, anywhere in Alberta. Enter code YEG50 to receive a $50 free bet when you make a $5 minimum deposit. That's a $50 free bet for new and existing users using code YEG50. Remember, if you gamble, use your game sense.
At Mind360, we invite you to embark on your mental health journey in a safe and comfortable space. Conveniently located in St. Albert, Mind360 has a diverse team of experienced clinicians that offer a broad range of tailored services for children, adults, and families. Furthermore, we are very proud to serve our military, veterans, and first responders. If you're looking for counseling, treatment, or assessment, understand that you are not alone. Contact Mind360 at mind360.ca to book an appointment today.
Looking for quality building materials and friendly advice? Visit us at Windsor Plywood Leduc, family owned and locally run since 1993. From interior materials for doors, flooring, baseboards, and all the finishing touches to all you need for your outdoor projects like cedar lumber for decks and fences, plus all the plywood you'd need. Our full-time on-staff carpenter can help with anything odd-sized or custom, and from domestic hardwoods to exotic selections, we've got you covered. And if we don't have it, we'll track it down for you. Windsor Plywood Leduc. We're the experts you need to know.
It's Oilers Golden Knights tonight. Alex Pietrangelo is a game-time decision for Vegas in Game 2 against the Oilers. Vegas trailing 1-0 in the series. You can join Tom Gazzola and Hernan Salas as they tee up the action during the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show. Live on location at Hudson's Bourbon Street on the west side at 6 right here on EST. And the only other game has Game 2 between the Caps and Hurricanes going down in just a moment. Carolina took Game 1 in overtime. And Jordan Binnington and Braden Chen from the Blues are joining Team Canada for this year's Hockey World Championship, which kicks off tomorrow in Sweden. NBA action continues. From Minnesota, having the Timberwolves challenge the Warriors in Game 2 of their series. Golden State up 1-0. In baseball, Chris Bassett gets the ball for Toronto in their series closer against the Angels. Right now, the Tigers control the Rockies 6-0 in the back end of their doubleheader. I'm Zachary Kubusch. That was your sports update. The final hour of the Reid Wilkins Show starts right now.
All right, thanks a lot for joining us. 5:03 along with Jason Milne. I'm Reid Wilkins on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports, presented by Play Alberta. We got Zachary Kubusch doing your sports updates. Our de facto practo, Ben Thompson, working the controls this afternoon and doing a great job. He's sort of our commander data on those controls.
Why you're having a real data day today?
Well, because what were we talking about earlier today? I started doing because Wannick was doing something on his phone, and I was like, "Oh, he's like Commander Data, how he just looks things up all the time." And I started doing, data so quick. Captain, we're being hailed. Trying to clean up the frequency. Data wouldn't speak exactly like that, but you know what I mean.
I thought it was great.
Well, thank you. Hurricanes and Capitals getting underway soon here on the ESTV. So we'll keep you updated on that one. You can email jay@edmontonsportstalk.com, reid@edmontonsportstalk.com. Got a limerick here from the Big Uke. No, it is VR Montenegro's birthday, one of our nasties. So we've been getting some themes around that. Here's what the Big Uke writes. Years ago today, a small VR was born. Hudson's blue juice is addictive, he'll warn. Oilers take 2. I wish it true. Jay sure wishes Trev would have supplied at least popcorn.
Oh,
there we go.
Keep it going. I got one here from Gavin, and he sent in a bonus limerick, which we'll get to later. He says, "Happy Thursday, Jay. Happy Thursday to you, Gavin. The way that these Oilers are playing has me yelling out loud and saying, Oilers in 4! Watch, all lines will score. To think Vegas has a chance is betraying."
That's pretty good.
Done.
And I guess I have to read this one. We have never asked for anything like this, but we encourage creativity and people taking chances.
We do.
And so we got a haiku from Les. Now, what is a haiku? It's 5. It's a 3-line poem, 5 syllables, 7, and then 5. Is that right, Koob? Koob's all over this. Koob was raising his hand. The answer is like, it's like the kid. It's like the kid where it's like, okay, you've answered 14 consecutive questions. We're going to give somebody else a chance here. Here is Les's haiku. We don't have haiku music. Well, I guess we're playing the limerick music.
It fits.
I can't drive at all. Not even 55 yet. My glasses are thick. That is 575. Pretty good. In reference to me saying I can't drive at all. That was off the top of the show. A bit of a throwback to the top of the show.
Gager's sending me videos of him preparing his chicken wings for supper.
That's amazing. You get video from Gager.
Yeah, I wish I could email it over. I'd put it live up, but the attachment is too big.
We should have just a video box
Just
in
a
the corner,
live
a
stream.
live stream of Gager's kitchen. It's just there. It's another thing for people to watch on YouTube.
You know what he said? So he's breading these chicken wings. It looks fantastic. And he says, "Can I get a wing, yeah?" And Dusty
Are we
just
getting
posted
shirts?
something.
Oh, where?
Dusty just posted something on the EST account, or maybe it was his account. He's at the 780, heat pressing the Winya shirts himself.
He's doing them right now?
He's doing it right now. So apparently there's going to be a pre-order at Londonderry for those Winya shirts, and they'll be available in stores soon. I mean, this is fantastic news.
That's pretty cool.
Wow.
Where did that come from again?
Koob knows. It's a meme or something, but it's not. Koob, come in here and explain it. It's not Winya.
I really don't know where a lot of things start on the Nielsen show.
Me neither. Okay, Benny, if you know, go ahead.
Like I just remember it being said around like dressing rooms and stuff, and it was like it wasn't a Winya. It was like, "Can I get a Hunya?" Yes, it's a Vine. That's right. Yeah, it's a good
What is
show.
a Vine?
I don't know.
You get. It's like, yeah,
Like
it's
Tarzan Vine?
it's like TikTok is like the pre-version of TikTok. This was like, it was like 6 seconds long videos. It was an app that lasted
You
a little
young
while.
kids just can't
I
stay
know.
focused.
Attention span, eh?
I know.
It's
yeah.
got to be 6 seconds or less.
That was the
6 seconds
originator.
or less.
Like it started our bad attention spans was Vine, and then it got shut down because it I don't know, ran out of money. It just wasn't making enough money. So
Maybe
it
the
shut
Vine
down.
detached.
So yeah, it was a Vine. It was good, and it was Hunya, not Winya.
A what?
So, a Hunya.
What is a Hunya?
Hunya. Yeah, it's like hell yeah.
Oh,
okay.
But like, it was
sounded
said
like you were
that
saying
way.
Hunya.
Yeah, I know. But it was said like that though. It was like it was.
Oh,
meant
they
hell.
were saying Hunya.
But like, here you go.
Okay. What is he? Are you playing?
Okay.
You can hear
Wow.
it, yeah.
I don't know. I really feel. Well, I don't feel old.
No, I feel
smart.
I feel happy.
I
Yes.
feel.
I feel very
I feel
good.
glad
in my
I'm
skin
not
right
part
now.
of that.
Yeah, this
I
is
feel-
making me feel better.
I feel
about
very
myself.
comfortable.
Yes.
Yeah. Sometimes the less you know.
Absolutely. I didn't need to know that, but it's a great. It's great.
Sure,
the Winya.
So it's fun what Dustin and others have been able to do with that. So we're getting shirts made at the 780. Can I get a Winya? Okay. Keep giving us the thumbs up on YouTube. We are less than 20 away from 255, which would be pretty cool. And then we'll see if we can get to 300 before the end of this show, though the stream will continue at 6 with the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show. Tom Gazzola hosting from Hudson's on Bourbon Street.
This came in from Dr. John. My girlfriend came back from a walk with the dog this morning. I asked her how it went, and she said, the dog went sniff, sniff, sniff the whole time. Without hesitation, I started singing, sniff, 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 must you sniff, and the rest of it. I've never seen my girlfriend question why she was dating me more than that. Well done, Dr. John.
Click, click, must you click? Please, please click. Must you click? You must click. Thumb, thumb, thumb.
All right.
Have we done the Winnie the Pooh subscription version? The subscribe.
Oh, from Colin the Amishman.
Yeah.
Make sure you subscribe to the channel on YouTube.
Sub. Must you sub? Please sub. Must you sub? You must sub. Subscribe.
We should be clear that Colin the Amishman wasn't doing a Winnie the Pooh impression. We've just decided that that's the Winnie the Pooh version of it. But the things that people latch onto here at EST is pretty incredible. We have a pretty incredible supporter in Damon Bunting. He brings us buying or selling. And you know what? Damon Bunting has been a consistent top-producing realtor in the greater Edmonton area for over 17 years. He and his team would love to help you find that right home or make the move from your current home. Community-driven, he understands what it takes to make a difference in our city. Check him out, DamonBunting.com, or the Instagram handle of Damon Bunting Real Estate. We were talking about goaltending with Calvin Pickard. Pickard with these observations on why the Oilers did so well in Game 1.
I think last game was breaking the puck out. Didn't spend much time in our own zone. Got the pucks up to the forwards quickly, and for that reason we had a lot of ozone time. And kind of grinded them down there, and they were just trying to get it out and then change, and then we just kind of transitioned back. So last two periods is definitely our game, and we want to get back to that right away.
Yeah, if the Oilers can keep playing like that, they'll have a huge advantage in this series. They held Vegas to just one shot on goal in the second period. Here's head coach Chris Knobloch talking about Calvin Pickard.
I think he's just enjoying the moment. I think he's been through a long stretch of getting to where he wants to get, and just being a third string goalie on a team who got a lot of call-ups and then back to the American League, and then finally got his footing as an NHL regular goaltender, and now he's getting the opportunity to be getting consecutive starts in the playoffs. I don't think anything could rattle him right now. I think he's just enjoying it, and he's just his personality of being a good guy, works extremely hard, and he's enjoying the moment.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Pickard making the most of this. One of many positive stories here for the Oilers so far this postseason. Jay and I are coming to you from the Banquet Studio. Spin to win Fridays at the Banquet. So remember that for tomorrow. Spin the wheel for a chance to win big and save on your bill. Details at thebanquetbar.com.
Colin the Amish man has texted into the River Cree inbox.
Good.
He says, I can't recall if I was wearing pants when I recorded that, so it may have been a Winnie the Pooh version after all. So we can run with that. We can go with it. Now, Reid, what do you think about this? This is what?
Hang on. Guy Flaming in the Nasty Chat, host of the excellent show, friend of EST, the Pipeline Show. Did he not win the EST for best friend of EST?
Very well could.
He won it last year. What was the exact award?
For Friends of EST.
Friends of EST. He won the ST.
With the Pipeline.
He says, hey, Reid, Oil Kings drafted Joey Tedarenko's son today, McLean Tedarenko. What would head coach Hans Gruber have to say about that? McLean. You must get in on the forecheck, McLean. We can't allow them clean entry from their zone, McLean. Sort of like, it'd be something like that, Guy. I think that's what you were thinking of.
There you go. I guess Brock Lesnar's son was drafted 115th overall by the Medicine Hat Tigers.
Oh, interesting.
Duke Lesnar?
His name's Duke Lesnar. Of course it is.
Of course, right?
Of course it is.
Wow.
So Kurt Russell's son, Wyatt Russell, played, I believe, briefly in the WHL, or maybe it was the BCHL. I'll have to look it up. And Wyatt Russell plays, is it John Walker, U.S. agent in Thunderbolts. And he was in one of the other movies or series as well. Which one was he in? Was he in The Falcon and the Winter Soldier?
Well, when you say Thunderbolt, it brings me back to cartoons, and that was our off-topic topic. So for those of you that missed it off the top, the off-topic topic for William Huff was the most annoying children's cartoon character. And we did get, it was over pretty fast as far as consensus goes, right, Reid? Caillou?
Sorry, Wyatt Russell did not play in the WHL. He played in the BCHL. And a couple games in the USHL. Sorry. Yes.
So Caillou was a clubhouse leader
the
by far.
immediate winner, almost.
Yeah. If you have any other, feel free to text us on the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox 780-218-9999. I had a brain freeze there. Do you want to get into... Okay, let's do this now, because this is buying or selling for Damon Bunting Real Estate.
Wyatt Russell was a goalie, by the way, and Guy says below average.
All right.
Well, hence why he's an actor and not a not a pro hockey player.
Chose the right career
for an acting career.
The question is: are the Oilers, like you said, are the Oilers misunderstood? Are they thought to be a team that needs to rely on their power play or rely on McDavid and Draisaitl?
Here's the thing. I think they are, but I also get it. So, look, we're in an environment where we talk about the Oilers every day. Oilers fans are knowledgeable and opinionated, and there's always discussion and everything being dissected. So when something starts to change, it's talked about and it's noticed. And then maybe if it's a trend or part of a new identity of the team, then it becomes recognized as now reality for how the Oilers are now playing, right? Just like I think most people, Oilers fans who watch the Oilers would say, you know, we're actually a pretty good 5-on-5 team. This isn't maybe 4 years ago where you try to break even 5-on-5 or only be -1 and the power play wins you the game. You can lose a game on special teams, maybe just by a goal like you did against Vegas, and take the game over 5-on-5. I think if you don't watch the Oilers all the time, you go back to, oh man, yeah, they lost, and then they lost that other series. Oh yeah, and it was all McDavid and Draisaitl, and they didn't really have anybody else, and they couldn't keep the puck out of their own net, and they blew a lead against Anaheim in 2017, and they blew a lead against Winnipeg in 2021. And while that's part of the history of the team, is that reality anymore, right? And what have I been saying about the Leafs? They're not the same Leafs. But we, there's a lot of like, the Leafs always lose in the first round. Leafs aren't tough enough. Leafs don't do this. And I've been saying, hold on, I don't think that's the Leafs. I'm not saying they're going to win the Stanley Cup, but I don't think that this year's version of the Leafs, especially with Berube and Treliving in charge in two key positions, is comparable to the Leafs team that blew the lead to Boston or lost to Columbus in the bubble or all that kind of stuff, right? So I think a team might have some faults that could exist for several seasons, and then that just becomes the label of that team, even though maybe they've moved on from that. And I'm not saying the Oilers are perfect, and I'm not saying the Leafs are perfect, but if the Oilers are eliminated by Vegas or whoever, I don't know if it's going to be as simple to say, oh, that's the same reason they lost to Chicago in 2020. No, I think it's different from that.
Well, and I know you don't put a great deal of value into plus-minus ratings, right? But there is a bit of a glaring trend here in this, when you're looking at Vegas and the Edmonton Oilers. And Koob brought this up earlier in the bullpen. There are currently 9 players on the Oilers with a higher plus-minus rating than Vegas's top plus-minus player, who is Pietrangelo, tied with William Karlsson at +2. McDavid, Draisaitl, Connor Brown, Corey Perry, Podkolzin, Janmark, Klingberg, Kulak, Wallman all have above that in plus-minus. That's hard to just not look at and say, okay, because I guess it's hard to not assess that and look at, okay, why is that? And that would go against, that's why I asked, are the Oilers misunderstood? Because to me, that says that team is a much stronger 5-on-5 team than the Vegas Golden Knights.
Right.
Which you wouldn't necessarily say in the same sentence with the Edmonton Oilers, would you?
No, but again, I think things have changed. I think they've become a better all-around team. I mean, even last year, they made the Game 7 of the Cup final. I mean, it wasn't just because they had a good power play.
Yeah, but their PK last year was off the charts in the playoffs. It's struggling mightily right now.
Not as good now. I think we're seeing signs of it coming up with some big kills. But, yeah, but I think that's sort of the, I got to talk about, like, if you're out of market, I got to talk about the Oilers. I got to have this Oilers guy, this guy that covers the Oilers lives in Edmonton. What do I ask him? Yeah, your goalies suck and your defense sucks. Can you win?
yeah, exactly.
Like he didn't put it that way, but he basically, I think he said to me, can the Oilers just produce enough offense to keep winning? And I kind of said, well, yeah, but they can do other things. Like they're not incompetent checking. Like they're not, did Vegas have a lot of scoring chances in the last 45 minutes of the game? No.
Hardly any.
So anyway, I think that's a good discussion point, but I think everybody who watches them on a regular basis recognizes what they're good at, and it's not a two-man team or a three-man. I guess, for a while, I guess you'd put Nugent there too. They're not. And now they have, and I said this to the host last night, and you and I have talked about this a lot. Of course, it's a storyline. There are 3 players on the Oilers playoff roster, so 3 out of 20. That's 15% of the team that did not contribute during the regular season. Kane didn't play. Frederick played 7 minutes, and Klingberg either didn't play or didn't play well. So that's a significant number of players who have sort of done enough to change the makeup and composure, maybe not composure. Well, yeah, partly composure, but the abilities of the team. And we're going to go back to this, especially if the Oilers continue to be successful in the playoffs. What did Stan Bowman say about getting Trent Frederick? We have a lot of forwards who do the same thing.
Yeah.
We need another dimension to the roster. And now Frederick and Kane both have that dimension. So now you've gone from, now 2 out of your 12 forwards have this dimension. And some other guys maybe have them in different way. I mean, certainly Perry might have a little bit of that dimension. You could say Janmark to a degree. So now 2 of those forwards have a dimension that you didn't have. Plus, you have the scoring guys. So that's all part of the reason they're better 5-on-5. But I mean, I don't expect I'm not criticizing this host. I'm just saying he's not as immersed in it.
Yeah.
And maybe he's not remembering, Kane didn't play at all. Who's Trent Frederick again? Or, yeah, they had Klingberg, so he's been playing. And no, he wasn't playing. And he wasn't playing well when he did play. Anyway.
Barry the Cheater notes that Wyatt Russell was also in the movie Goon 2.
Oh, cool. I don't think I've seen that.
And he asks the question, who is the better goalie, though, Wyatt Russell or Keanu Reeves?
Well, Guy would probably know that.
All right.
What was the highest level Keanu Reeves played at?
Let's find out.
Southside Stoby says, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Louis said at the end of the game there were 2 Vegas shots at 5-on-5 in the 40 minutes. Yes. I think either Louis or Jack said that. I think Tom talked about it on the postgame show as well. Because I think Vegas had 7 shots in the final 2 periods, so only 2 of them were 5-on-5. So they got a couple power play and I think a couple 6-on-5 late in the game. Yeah, it was domination by the Oilers. Do I expect it to be that lopsided tonight? No, I don't. I think Vegas is going to respond. But as we were saying earlier, when the Oilers crank it up and are detailed and connected and all that kind of stuff, they're pretty hard to beat.
Keanu Reeves was a goaltender in his youth, playing in the Greater Toronto area, and even earning the nickname The Wall at De La Salle College.
Oh, my goodness.
He was considered a potential OHL prospect, but an injury cut his hockey aspirations short. So that would be a good test.
Those commercials are getting played a lot. Remember we talked about overplayed commercials?
Well, we were talking about it about the Beyonce one.
The Beyonce
during March Madness.
Right. That was on a lot. His are on a lot, though I don't find them irritating.
I was going to say that. They haven't annoyed me yet.
And the one where you think he's watching a horror movie and then he's watching the little penguin slip on the ice, that's quite
What kind
fun.
of ice cream's he eating in that?
Blue?
Nope.
You know?
I do. Of course I know.
Okay, I'll watch it tonight and text you.
Neapolitan.
Oh, well, now I know.
What? But
or as Homer Simpson said, Marge, we're out of vanilla, chocolate, and strawberry ice cream again. And they were only out of chocolate.
Oh,
yeah.
But okay, well, that's another give. He's only eating one of the flavors, though.
Keanu is?
Yeah.
Strawberry?
TBD, bro.
A little bit from my cousin's choir warming up for their rehearsal last week. Southside Stobie getting maybe tired of the Instacart. Well, that's a big sponsor, clearly, for Rogers and Sportsnet during the playoffs. So we were seeing a lot of Instacart. We have reached 255 thumbs on YouTube, which is incredible. So let's see. Let's just make a big push for 300 here before the end of the show. Send the link to other people. Tell them to chime in and get clicking for Tom. He's going to join us in about 10 minutes. Final clue time.
Well, yeah, we have to.
Final clue in the Hudson's Canada's Pub
Go
mystery
over
after
all the
game.
other ones, too.
So the first 4 clues: D, United, Hurricanes, Fast, and then the final clue, well, hopefully the final clue, I may have to come up with an emergency clue. The 5th clue, Stampeders.
I've got a 6th clue if you need it, but I hope you don't.
I don't think we're going to need it now. D, United, Hurricanes, Fast, Stampeders. Hudson's Canada's Pub, mystery athlete of the game. Remember, only text it in. Only text it in to 780-218-9999. The afternoon inbox presented by River Cree Resort and Casino featuring Italia Restaurant, home of the $6.99 brunch special from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Sundays. Jay's keeping an eye on that. Tom's going to check in a few minutes. We got the Koob with the sports update.
The Oilers battle the Golden Knights, looking to take a 2-0 series lead back home to Edmonton. No Pavel Dorofeyev for Vegas, with Alex Pietrangelo also a game-time decision for the Golden Knights. Catch the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show. Tom Gazzola and Hernan Salas get you set for the action as they go live from Hudson's Canada's Pub on Bourbon Street for the pre- and post-game shows coverage starting at 6. Tune in right here on EST. In Game 2, Washington-Carolina is underway. That one's locked at 0s just about 8 minutes into the first period as the Canes look to tie their series at 1. Hurricanes nearing the end of a 2-minute power play. Meanwhile, Jordan Binnington and Braden Shen of the Blues have been named to Team Canada overseas at the Hockey World Championships, while basketball has just one game. The Timberwolves and Warriors go at it in Game 2, Minnesota trailing 1-0 in the series. And Chris Bassett takes the mound for Toronto in their closer against the Angels right now. 3 games are live, including the Phillies and Rays locked at 1 apiece in the 3rd inning. This sports update is brought to you by Clover Bar Feeds. Clover Bar Feeds has all the animal feed you'll need. Get top-notch service and selection from their family-owned business. Visit Clover Bar Feeds at 200 Portage Close in Sherwood Park, or call them at 780-467-5014. The Reid Wilkins Show rolls on once we get back from break. I'm Zachary Kubusch, and you're up to date.
The Nielsen Show with Lieutenant Eric.
Luke Gazdick from Sportsnet. I honestly feel like they found almost as perfect of a combination as you can right now in terms of being able to roll all 4. For now, I think they're starting to find some really good combos in there. That third line, just like they did last year in the playoffs, not only do they check, but score some goals along the way.
The Nielsen Show with Lieutenant Eric, presented by South Fort Chevrolet. Weekday mornings 6 to 9, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Strike up some fun at the Banquet Bar. Bowling, drinks, and a great time with friends, where the good times roll. Whether you're here to bowl or just hang out, the Banquet Bar is your go-to spot. Get real, play hard at the Banquet.
Hey Edmonton, ready to take advantage of lower rates and better pricing? South Fort Chevrolet in Fort Saskatchewan has you covered. From rugged trucks to sleek SUVs. And with over 40 years in business, you can trust that you're getting the best deal on your new ride. As the proud title sponsor of the Nielsen Show, EST listeners can drive a little to save a lot with South Fort Chevrolet's transparent pricing and down-to-earth sales team. Visit us today in Fort Saskatchewan or online at southfortchev.com.
Your home for great performances is the River Cree Resort and Casino.
My mother used to let us not lock the doors. She's like, if you're locking the doors inside of the house, it means you're doing something you shouldn't be doing.
Yeah,
That's why we lock the doors.
Host of the Bad Friends and Whiskey Ginger podcast, don't miss Andrew Santino, Freeze Peach, live at the River Cree May 22nd.
Michael, what are you doing? We have locks on the outside of the house to keep criminals from coming inside. There's no criminals inside of this house. Yes, there are, Karen.
Get your tickets at rivercreeresort.com. Excitement, bet on it.
Keep your team jersey and rally towel close by and help bring the championship home. For all your other treasures, store them with Sentinel Storage. Store Canadian. Try 4 weeks free at sentinelstorage.ca. Proud partner of the Edmonton Oilers.
Hope you're having a great afternoon, Nasties. Along with Jason Milne, I'm Reid Wilkins on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports, presented by Play Alberta. Experience all the excitement of the casino in the palm of your hand. Download the Play Alberta app today and deposit $20 using the EST exclusive promo code 100casino for a $100 casino bonus. Now, we do have a winner in the Hudson's Canada's Pub mystery athlete of the game. My goodness, Jay, we had to give out all 5 clues. We were even plotting an emergency clue. Who is the winner today?
Lucky Charlie.
Lucky Charlie is the winner. So here were the clues. Clue number 1 was D. This person played on the defensive line when they were a football player. United. This person is one of the owners of the United Football League. Hurricanes. This person played football for the Miami Hurricanes. Fast. This person has been in movies in the Fast and Furious franchise. And clue number 5 is Stampeders. This person was in the training camp of the Calgary Stampeders of the Canadian Football League. De facto Practo Ben. Do you know who this is? You were nodding along when you start hearing the clues.
Dwayne
The Rock Johnson is the mystery athlete of the game.
Well done. Well done. And Lucky Charlie was the first of many people to guess it. So.
Once they started rolling in. Stampeders gave it away. We were going to have that as the 4th clue, and then one of us said, wait a minute, Fast.
You did. That would have been the 6th clue. Furious.
Oh, yeah. That would have been a good one. I was thinking of... Actually, I don't know what I was thinking of. I don't always know what I'm thinking.
You don't know.
But is he still The Rock? Or when he wrestles now, is he... Because didn't he come back, make an appearance or something like that?
I would imagine when he comes back in the wrestling circle, he's still The Rock.
Because I feel when he was kind of... Now, I didn't really follow his wrestling career, but I feel as if when he was kind of transitioning from wrestling to acting, he'd be promoted as Dwayne The Rock Johnson, and now it's just Dwayne Johnson.
Oh, somebody will find out that's much
somebody
more
will
closer
know. And he's in some movie coming up about one of the early UFC fighters, and he looks different. I was watching a trailer for it, and I didn't know it was him. And then it came up as Dwayne Johnson, and then I look, oh yeah, but I think he's got some kind of facial prosthetics on or a lot of makeup. And Emily Blunt is in that. And weren't they in that Jungle Cruise movie together or something?
Jungle Cruise?
Wasn't that him and Emily Blunt?
Wasn't that the new Jumanji?
Wasn't he in the
Jumanji?
With Kevin Hart, too, I think, too.
But that was Karen Gillan.
Of course it was.
Jungle Cruise. I have his page open. Stars Dwayne Johnson and Emily Blunt. Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle. Stars Dwayne Johnson, Jack Black, Kevin Hart, and Karen Gillan. And Nick Jonas. We have totally filled people in on The Rock. There's nothing else they need to know.
Well, Gavin sent in a bonus limerick, so I'd like to get to that. My lefticle dangles better than you is basically what Jet said to you two. Kid takes from his dad. Trust me, Pat's rad. Ice House always has a great view.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Wow, that's very good.
He is in a movie coming out later this year called The Smashing Machine. Is an upcoming biographical sports drama film. It stars Dwayne Johnson as former wrestler and MMA fighter Mark Kerr, alongside Emily Blunt as Kerr's then wife Dawn Staples. Mark Kerr, born December 1968. He was a 2-time UFC champ. And yeah, I guess he went into UFC. It says he won. How about this? Mark Kerr won the Wrestling World Cup gold medal in the 100 kilo class in 1994 in what city?
Des Moines.
Edmonton. Koob left the room for a while. Do you know about Mark Kerr?
I've heard of him.
Would he be considered an early UFC star or an early MMA star? What would we call him correctly?
I guess he'd be an early mixed martial artist star, specifically UFC. So that was that early 90s era.
So you know about the movie coming out about him?
I heard of the movie, but I don't know much about the fighter himself. I mean, he must have a very interesting life if they're going to make a movie off of him, right?
So it doesn't come out until October 3rd. But there's something to remember. And it is with Emily Blunt. And yeah, The Rock is in it, or Dwayne Johnson is in it, but he looks a little bit different. So I think they altered his face. What else do you need to learn today?
Well, we got a joke that came in from Matt Hyman. He wants me to say this to you.
Okay.
How does The Rock pee?
I don't know.
He Dwayne's his Johnson.
That's actually pretty good.
It's not bad.
This guy, this 95-year-old gentleman went to the doctor.
Okay.
And the doctor says to me, "Hey, all right, what's wrong?" And the 95-year-old guy says, "I can't pee." And the doctor says to the guy, how old are you? And the guy says, "I'm 95." And the doctor says, "You've peed enough."
Reid.
All right. There's no good segue for that to tee up Tom Gazzola. But he's going to join us next, live from Hudson's on Bourbon Street, to get you ready for the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show. Oilers and Golden Knights are going to drop the puck tonight at 7:50 in Game 2. Here's one more update from the Koob.
From Vegas, Calvin Pickard gets a start for the Oilers against the Golden Knights in Game 2. Edmonton leading that series 1-0 with Alex Pietrangelo as a game-time decision for the Golden Knights. Catch Tom Gazzola and Hernan Salas as they go live for the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show on location at Hudson's Bourbon Street, starting at 6, only on EST. And just one other game on tap has the Capitals and Hurricanes underway in the first period. There's just about 5.5 minutes left in that one. They're locked at zeros, with the Hurricanes taking Game 1 by a score of 2-1 in overtime. And Team Canada adds a couple new players to their roster, with St. Louis's Braden Shen and Jordan Binnington joining their squad overseas in Sweden for an international tournament kicking off tomorrow. On the court, the Warriors and Timberwolves tip off at 6:30, with Golden State leading 1-0 in the series. And for the Jays, they close out their series with the Angels' first pitch at 7:30. Chris Bassett takes the mound for Toronto. And right now in baseball, there's 3 games underway. The Rockies and Tigers are going at it in the bottom of the 6th inning. Tigers leading 6-1. Tom Gazzola up next here on the Reid Wilkins Show. I'm Zachary Kubusch, and you're up to date.
Get your fix every single game with the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame and postgame shows with Tom Gazzola and Hernan Salas. Whether it's breaking down the starting lineup, predicting key matchups, or diving deep into the game's biggest moments, Tom and Hernan are here to give you the best insight and analysis in the city. After the final horn, get the breakdown of every key moment, performance, and player reactions. It's your one-stop shop for all things game day. Catch the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame and postgame shows with Tom Gazzola and Hernan Salas, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Looking for a winning strategy for your retirement? Contact me, Joaquin Gage at K4 Financial, where expertise meets dedication. I will always look for a careful approach to your retirement, ensuring your financial future is secure. From tailored strategies to clear, actionable advice, I'm here to guide you every step of the way. Don't leave your future to chance. Get in touch with me, Joaquin Gage, today at k4financial.ca or email joaquin.gage@k4financial.ca to start planning for a brighter future and a more secure retirement.
Hi there. If you're like me, you like to picture yourself in luxury, even though there's absolutely no way you could afford it. And if you can, well, even better. Thankfully, I picture myself in something that is luxury, but still absolutely affordable, like the all-new Mazda CX-90 from Park Mazda. With the new luxury features like facial recognition settings and quilted detail Napa leather seating, I can pretend to be comfortable with all of my proper settings activated without even touching the button, thanks to Mitch Lewicki and the great staff at Park Mazda. I like to picture Mitch Lewicki as a ninja fighting off evil samurai.
Park Mazda, your dealer for life in Sherwood Park off Y Road, parkmazda.ca.
Your brand deserves more than just a whisper, it deserves a buzz. At the Hive Product Marketing, they specialize in promotional products that bring the buzz. From eye-catching giveaways to unforgettable keepsakes, they got the perfect products to make your brand stand out and get noticed. Visit the Hive Product Marketing and let them create the buzz your business deserves. The Hive Product Marketing, the official merch partner of Edmonton Sports Talk. Visit them online at thehiveproductmarketing.com.
Maybe we just don't belong. I say we set it on fire. Maybe we just don't belong. I say we set it on fire.
All right, a little Wail on the Wolf, bringing you back from break, getting you hyped up for tonight's game between the Oilers and the Golden Knights. 5 minutes left in the first period. Game 2, Carolina and Washington. Still looking for the first goal of the game there. Carolina outshooting the Capitals 6-3. They are up 1-0 in the series after the overtime win from a couple of days ago. Thanks for all the thumbing. A lot of thumbing going on today on YouTube. We're just shy of 270. Well, let's get over 270, see if we can get flirt with 300 at least before the end of the show. Really good stuff. We will have a double word of the day before we sign off and hand the stream over to Tom Gazzola, Hernan Salas, Matt Cassian, to get you ready for the second game between the Oilers and the Golden Knights. Here is head coach Chris Knobloch on the team trying to play with some pace. Hang on.
Enough credit about being fast, and it's not necessarily having burners, guys who can really up and down the ice. It's just more of a team mentality of whether it's on the defensive side or the offensive side. You know, I think we were playing very fast with our breakouts, neutral zone transition. You know, it's collectively, you know, I thought we were transitioning very quickly. Defensively, you know, that speed, and the fastest speed element you can have is thinking and knowing where the play is going to be and being in the right position to close time and space. And, you know, one guy can't do that. It's more of a team mentality. The 5 guys that are on the ice, how well they check. And, you know, I thought we played fairly fast last game with especially how we checked. We were moving collectively together, taking away time and space. And when we're playing our best, that's how we're playing, is just collectively we're checking very well.
All right. Good observations there from Coach Knobloch. We may have a minor glitch with Tom Gazzola. He plugged his computer into a chicken wing.
Oh, no.
So they're just trying to clean it off and plug him into an actual power outlet.
Oh, that's a common mistake.
It is a very
It happens
common,
to everybody.
It happens all the time.
I remember the first time I plugged a chicken wing into my computer, too.
Yeah.
It happens.
It's pretty sad.
It happens.
All right. 780-218-9999, the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. You can email Reid at EdmontonSportsTalk.com, Jay at EdmontonSportsTalk.com. We've had some incredible limericks coming into the show throughout the afternoon. And, of course, in the Nasty Chat, you can chat with us. But more often, you guys just get chatting with each other. The chat there on YouTube, we call it the Nasty Chat. All right, should we? I guess Tommy's a game time decision for the show. He's TBD, brah. Kind of like Petrangelo for the goal. Why don't we just do our double word of the day right now?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it.
The word of the day with Reid and Jay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I break your concentration?
What do they got to say?
Say what again? Say what again? I dare you.
Let's find out.
English, do you speak it? Then you know what I'm saying.
Well, yesterday we had a listener supplied for one of the words.
Let's go, girls.
And I think I've got to keep supplying the words from Mike the Michigan fan until you conquer him.
Oh, great. Well, that wasn't even a real word he sent in yesterday.
I think you have a chance.
Do we want to get right?
The first word of the day, sesquipedalian. Sesquipedalian.
Sesquipedalian.
Yes.
Sesquipedallion. Sesquipedalian.
Close. Sesquiped.
I said PED.
ALIAN.
Oh, only one L. I'm going to say...
This is an adjective.
I'm going to say this is a multi-legged insect. Kind of like a centipede or a millipede.
Oh, you suck.
Having many syllables or long. Given to or characterized by the use of long words.
Okay, let's save the second word. Is Tom ready? Tom Gazzola, our wonderful colleague, is set up at Hudson's Bourbon Street, West Edmonton Mall. Tom, how's the vibe there, my friend?
A lot of kids here. A lot of kids. It's good. That means there must be some hockey going on. So good vibe, and a bunch of the nasties are already here. So I think it's going to be full. I think it's going to be rowdy. I think people are pumped up. It's a pre-Friday. And, we're ready to go. So bring it on, baby. Let's go. Game 2.
Now, by a lot of kids, you just mean people like under 25, like much younger than us.
No, I mean literal. Like I'm watching like 15 of them walk out right now.
Oh, really?
Right? So,
was it a school field trip?
No, I feel like it was like a water park or a team. I think one of the moms just said it's a team.
And here's kids. Here's how we brew the beer here.
Yeah.
Would you like to stomp the grapes, kids? Jablonski, clean the toe jam out of your toes before you stomp that grapes for our wine. What are you doing, Jablonski?
That damn Jablonski. Yes.
Tom, Jordan S. in the Nasty Chat says, Oilers blow. Care to comment on that?
Jordan S. Is Jordan S. from Vegas?
We don't know. Probably.
Does Jordan S. just wants to stir it up a little bit? I don't know, man. Like,
congratulations.
If they're from Vegas, Jordan S., and they're upset about Game 1, I think you'd have to be more worried and concerned about your team. And then, I mean, it'll sting that much more if Edmonton pulls off in Game 2 and takes a 2-game lead back to God's country. So, Jordan S., we'll sit on that one for a little bit, and we'll see which team blows.
Well, okay, let's ask this question, because we've talked a lot about what the Oilers are doing and are capable of doing. What do you expect from the Golden Knights tonight? Like, what do you think that they are capable of doing that they didn't do in Game 1?
I think get more offense. I mean, and push a little bit more, because that's something they really didn't do. And, credit to Edmonton and its defense and holding Vegas at bay, especially in that second period. And in the third, what do they have? 7 combined shots in the second and third, 1 in the second, 6 in the third. Not a lot of high danger chances, and that was with a PK, at least one PK, if I recall correctly, included for the Oilers. So more pressure, and that's why I think we're seeing the lineup tinkering that Bruce Cassidy is utilizing with his forward unit tonight. So I think they're going to want to pressure a little bit more. They're going to try to want to stymie Edmonton through the neutral zone. That's something Edmonton did well, is play in the neutral zone. So I think from a Vegas standpoint, that's probably the plan of attack, and just literally attack more, because they didn't do a lot of that. Edmonton kept them at bay. And we know, guys, that the Oilers are a possession team. And Vegas is going to try to want to cut into that possession time as much as possible and get their own offensive zone time.
Yeah, they weren't very busy around the Oilers' net for much of the night, which was nice to see, and maybe a flip of the script for some things that have happened to the Oilers in past year. In terms of the top 5 Oilers D, I'll leave Emerson out a little bit, and I'm not criticizing him. It's just that he's used a little differently, spotting, sort of spot duty, and used on the PK. In terms of how the other defensemen are playing, like, is this... I'm just trying to think of a time we've seen, and I know everybody can say Kubusch did this or Nurse did that or Woolman did that. I get it. They're not perfect. But in terms of just sort of all 5 of them as a whole being put out in almost any combination and being able to handle whatever the other team is throwing at them.
It's kind of impressive, and they have done that. I didn't think that they had the capability of doing that, to be honest with you guys. maybe it is a testament to all the line shuffling, deep pair shuffling that we saw throughout the season, that frustrated fans that kept us guessing. We would go into morning skates, Reid. You know how it is. You go there and you're like, okay, well, here's the lines today. Here are the deep pairings. And then 3 shifts into the game, it's all thrown out the window, and they've switched things up. And I always go back to this. I have a few times this postseason when Leon Draisaitl was coming back from injury or going into the playoffs, and he had his pre-playoffs interview, and lines were discussed with him. He goes, I don't really care. He's like, I don't think it really matters. He's like, we've played with everybody and anybody on the roster, that it's to the point where it's like, you can throw me out with so-and-so and so-and-so. And I think that goes for the defense too. And maybe there is a familiarity between the 6 guys on the back end and obviously the 5 that play the majority of the minutes. And then, up front as well, because we've seen, I think, about 1.5 million combinations during the regular season that, like Brett Kulak going up with Darnell Nurse for a couple of shifts doesn't phase either one of those guys. Wallman being paired up with Klingberg has been a revelation, which is a total surprise. What else? Like Nurse and Bouchard, I'm not enamored with, but they're winning. They've won 5 in a row. So even though those two are not a great pair, they're getting the job done. And so they're kind of stuck together for the time being.
All right, who's on the show?
That's a testament to that. Danny Webster, your favorite, Reid. I know you said you love that guy, and Jay loves him too. So Danny will be joining us from the Las Vegas Review-Journal. And then Matt Cassian. And then you're going to join us for Reid's Read, brought to you by the Garrison Memorial Golf and Curling Club on the Postgame Show. And we'll see who stops by. We're still waiting for Birthday Boy to get here. VR Montenegro has not arrived. A bunch of nasties are here. A shout out to Corey B., who's back from camp, as well as Rob from the Grove, and Fergie and his prostate are also here. So good turnout so far, and I anticipate there's going to be many more nasties celebrating Mr. VR Montenegro.
Reid and I would like to buy him his first beer. So you go ahead and take care of it, Tommy, and then I'll pay you back.
Yeah,
okay?
I'll wire you the money.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sure.
Right.
You know what? I'll take care of it.
Oh,
Yes.
big dogging us. Okay.
Have a great
I'm not
show,
big
Tom.
dogging you guys.
Have a
I
great
love you
show.
guys.
I'll be on with you after the game. Tom
You're
Gazzola.
the best songwriter ever, by the way.
Thank you.
I want to
Yes.
say that.
Yes.
The guys got to listen to it. They said, wow, what a
Oh
poet.
my goodness! That should not be played publicly. But okay, that is Tom Gazzola, host of the Oil Stream here on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports. Okay, second, Tom's taking over live at 6. By the way, if you're on YouTube, just set up the autoplay on YouTube so it goes straight into the next show.
Second word of the day is modicum. MODICUM.
It's sort of something that means
you can
like
use
a portion or a noticeable amount.
Would you like me to use it in a sentence for a half-point deduction?
Sure, because I was wrong, wasn't it?
The band enjoyed a modicum of success in the early 2010s before becoming an international sensation.
Like a small and fleeting amount. I think my first definition was not bad.
Well, you said a large amount, or you referenced like a large.
No, didn't I say noticeable?
Okay. Maybe I was incorrect.
No, I don't know. A half point's good.
We'll split in the middle. We'll go 1.75 out of 2.
Okay, sure. Okay. All right. Great show, everybody. Thanks a lot for checking us out. Remember, if you're on the audio streams, iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, it'll keep going to Tom. If you're on YouTube, just click the autoplay feature. If you don't have that turned on, just hover the mouse over the bottom of the video screen, and you'll see the little arrow, and you'll turn autoplay on, so it'll go straight into our next program.
Playoff song.
Oh, it's the playoff song. Thanks to Ben Thompson, Zachary Kubusch, the glue guy. I'm Reid. Enjoy Game 2.
Such a place to play, honestly. So much history, these fans. It's great to hear their sport.
Wrestling in the desert land every single night. Gloves coming up, baby, gonna be a fight. 6 games, 5 games, how about a sweep? Ticket prices, yeah, they're gonna be steep. Yeah! Yeah! Come on! It's the playoffs! Crank it up! It's the playoffs! Take the cup! Let's go win the Stanley! time. No more wait for the oil, it's the fate, yeah. Listen, first gear, second gear, third gear, go. McDavid 97 needs a one-man show. Dry saddle, Iverson, gotta love the nude. Bruce Skinner and Picks need to be huge. Be huge. Be huge. They gotta squeeze a little, squeeze a little, squeeze a little more. Get the bottom six to find a way to score. One time, overtime, gotta find a way.